Welcome, 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 welcome. Wrong camera, but hey, hold up 1 minute. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, I'm in the right camera, probably wrong place. All right. Hello everybody. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I know y'all got a lot y'all want to talk about. But if you start a thumbnail, Mama T brought the glam to the big birthday weekend in Texas at the ranch for Shilo and Shedeur. And they did it big. They did big. We got some footage to take a look at. They did it really big. And I was looking for Mama T and I found her. I don't know if y'all were on here when I said somebody was. I said, "Where's Mama T?" I said, because I don't know if she's still at Colorado. Well, apparently she's out doing her thing. And she just did a party a few days ago. She posted she did a party for Rick Ross. So we got a little bit of that footage because she has a unique glam style that I really like. And she's really good with the party planning and everything, which made her so good at Colorado. But it looks like she stepped out on her own to do her event planning full time. And it's large scale projects that she does. So shout out to Mama T. But we got a little bit of the footage from the Rick Ross birthday celebration, which she did a phenomenal job. And then when I saw the tent, when I was watching the birthday footage from Shilo, I instantly thought of her. Then she came into the frame. So she did their Shilo and Shedeur's birthday party too. Fantastic job. And she's on IG and YouTube. I started following her on YouTube at the Ty Stewart, THE Ty Stewart. So y'all check her out there. And I follow her today on IG because I was just following her after Travis and Leanna's wedding because she did such a fantastic job. So I was looking for her. I found her. She did a good job. So shout out to Mama T. Well, I guess I should stop calling her that. Maybe I should just call her Ty. Shout out to Ty. All right. Because she's in the upper echelon of party planning and event planning. So, we want to get her up there. Shout out to DeAndrea. I told y'all I was going to watch Pillow Talk 2. I found it, watched it on Tubi. I didn't watch it's a series. I thought it was a movie. It's a series. So she was in the first episode. She's on the thumbnail for the series. So that means she's gonna be a character. And she had I think I saw her in multiple scenes, and I took pictures of it. I shared it on IG. So because you can't share it on here because it's copyrighted. But if you go to my IG, I shared a photo of DeAndrea in her first scene, and I put "Okay, boss" because the character she plays. Okay, the show is a little bit like the TV show Power, kind of like that whole kind of vibe, and she plays kind of like the character that Tasha used to play, but she's not married. So like one of the bosses in the cartel or whatever they be doing, and she came to pick up the money. And it was cute, right? So she was all cute, dressed in her outfit and her hair and everything. And then the second scene, I think I like the second scene more because she had more talking lines. And she was in the pub and this guy noticed her. And I think they were setting him up, basically. I think that's what it was. So she played, I think her character might actually be a villain. I think she might be playing like a cute vixen villain. So shout out to DeAndrea. She doing her thing. I was like, damn, so Shilo have been on BMF. Now we got DeAndrea and Pillow Talk. Hell, next is for Bucky and Shedeur to pop up in somebody's scenes, right? So she doing her thing. She doing her thing. And it seemed like Snow was at his cousin's birthday party, first birthday party. So he was with the other side of his family. And I was looking at DeAndrea on screen. I'm like, God damn, Snow got her. Like he just copy and pasted her entire face. I'm like, he just looks so much like her. And so she did good. I'm proud of her. So she getting out there, having a child, and going, getting through all of that and then getting back to yourself. So that's what it looks like. She's getting back to her career. Because y'all know she does a podcast, but this is outside of that. So, and she's on the thumbnail for the show, which means she's going to be on the series seemingly as a regular character. So I'm gonna try to go watch the second one. I just want to see, how she matures in her acting. So she can add actress to her title, reality star, actress, mom, and some other things that I probably don't know about to her title. So shout out to DeAndrea. Check out my IG. I posted it there. I was like, okay, boss. She looked cute. She did good though. I thought she did really good. And it's a good series with good storyline. I thought it was some really good acting. I think it captivated you and caught your attention. And with this being the season 2, they've been here before, so they kind of know what to do. And I think it's gonna continue to grow because they have some really good storylines, and they seem to be adding characters with DeAndrea and some other people. So go check it out. But Miss DeAndrea made the story thumbnail for the series, so I think she'll be back. So go check it out. Pillow Talk season 2 on Tubi. All right, so that's that on that. All right, everybody, come on in. Let me know how your day went, because I'm gonna get to the comments. I want to see what y'all want to share today. There was a lot happening, obviously, today. I think everybody was just waiting for the Super Bowl to get over with so we can get on to some people being arrested, because that's what people want to see. They don't want to hear no more about these files unless we're going to arrest somebody. Japan was out in the streets protesting today. I think over in Saudi, they was protesting today, which is different, for them. So stay tuned. On tomorrow, we'll see what it's going to be. It's already been reported that if Pam Bondi, the U.S. attorney, does not share these unredacted files, or the guys, the people that they were hiding. So they shared the names of the victims, but not the names of the perpetrators. So one of these senators said they gonna share it if she don't share it. So, and I don't know why they only sharing that with Congress. That needs to be made public. So we'll see where this thing goes, right? And people are starting to figure out. Remember that if you were on a member live stream, I shared something called an explainer video. And people are like, this is turning out to be just like the explainer video. I'm like, right. And remember the end of the explainer video, there was a blackout. So people were talking about the track list for Bad Bunny set today. He was singing a song. The words translated to, the title translated to a blackout. So people are starting to get just like a little edgy. And I'm like, just be calm. Let's just see what God do. But, this situation is just little tenuous. And as more countries, more people around the world start to protest, the pressure will be on in the U.S. And these people, they're not going to go down lightly. So I think that's why people start to get a little antsy to see. And with the Super Bowl out the way, which was meant to be a distraction, and it worked. Let's just be honest. It worked. Now I think people, like everybody, is focusing their attention on what's to come next tomorrow. There's supposed to be a hearing that the lady Ghislaine Maxwell is supposed to be testifying before Congress, but she might plead the fifth, which probably right. So it's time to get down to business now that the Super Bowl is out the way. So stay tuned for that tomorrow, because I'm definitely keeping my pulse on that, because I want to see what's going to happen. Because I mean, it's these people were eating children, and for real, and all sorts of kind of things. So those are things. That's why people are freaking out of how y'all can be so calm, but everything happened for a reason. We'll see what it is tomorrow. Today, I just did some other things. I watched DeAndrea's show. I was watching the parades in New Orleans, all sorts of kind of stuff, just different things. And reading. I think I was watching, like, how sometimes you just have the TV on, and this particular podcast came on, and it was from 6 months ago. And I thought it was recent based on the stuff they were talking about, but it was very educational, in my opinion. So it'd be interesting to see what the hell happened, y'all. That's all I can say. Tomorrow is the first day of business week, so we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen. People are saying that in Chicago on the ground, the ICE people, or IDFs, which was the Israeli defense, their soldiers are supposedly mixed in with the ICE people, and that does raise cause of concern. I ain't in Chicago, so I can't verify it, but I've seen it twice now. And these are the things that people are starting to get uncomfortable about. So it's good. Tomorrow is Monday. Good. Tomorrow's Monday. Let me know what you did today. So let's get in here. I have some clips. First, I want to share the clip that Mama T, Ty, that Ty did at Rick Ross' birthday party, because it was really nice. Let's see if this is it right here. She did a really, really good job. So I just kind of want to see. It has no audio. It's intentional. I don't think it might have a little bit, but look at how good of a job she did. I'm gonna make myself smaller. And this is, and I said, okay, I can see why she's doing her thing full time now, because she's really doing a good job. And I don't really know these people, but it looks like, they had different types of things happening, like different events and stuff like that. But she put all this together. So go watch it. It's the Ty, T-Y, Stewart, Stewart. Go to her page. You can watch the full video of her setting up for the party, the behind the scenes and everything. So I thought it was really nice. And you can see everybody's in all white and they're on the water there in Miami. And when she first got there, none of this stuff was there. It was just some trees and the beach and some sand. And when I tell you she put all of this together, she put all of this together. And I like what she was saying. She said, I wouldn't ask. I like how she did her show. She was setting up for the show. And she said, I wouldn't ask any of the people that are working here today at this event at my request. I wouldn't ask them to do anything I wouldn't do. And I think on her IG, she's showing people behind the scenes of party planning. So she might teach some courses because it's kind of giving that vibe that she might go that way, which is kind of smart, actually, because this is not, you don't just meet people that have this kind of talent and do this every day on this scale. And, you never know. She might end up doing like an NBA All-Star Weekend or something like that. Because what's this? Rick Ross, you got Coach Prime, and then Shilo and Shedeur's event. She did really good because that event was catered and everything. So I just thought this was really nice to share. So y'all go check it out. Everybody looks so nice. And they had like some girls dancing like to fire. So I think she refers to that kind of as like hospitality. She puts all of that together. So remember when Travis and Leanna got married and it was like in the middle of just a field or whatever? She transformed that outdoor, that venue from nothing into something that she had to get Leanna's truck out there. So she does, I say turnkey, that's the term. She does everything, right? They pick the location and she just turns it into a magical paradise. And she's so talented. So check out her page, the Ty Stewart or the Ty Stewart. I'm not gonna call her Mama T no more. Not gonna call her that no more. Because she clearly elevated and do her own thing. But I don't think she's at Colorado anymore. I think she stepped out full time, which is why we're starting to see her do more behind the scenes and kind of showing people how this industry goes. So shout out to Ty. All right. Welcome, everybody. 123 of us hit the like button. I'm coming over to the comments today because I know y'all want to say something. I know y'all want to tell me something. I don't know, since the last time we talked, I know some of y'all probably watched the game, some didn't. What'd you do today? How was your day? What was the best part of your day? That's the question I'm asking. So I'm coming to the comments and I want to see the best part of my day. I would say, I don't know, I was supposed to be going to dinner, but I didn't want to go. I think the best part of my day was just chilling. I'm on vacation. I run enough when I'm not on vacation. So for me, just kind of just staying close to the base and just chilling out and watching Mardi Gras parades. That's always big. I like that. So let me know what was the best part of your day. All right. So shout out to Ty Stewart for doing a wonderful job. All right. Let's get into the Sanders birthday weekend. Now, there's one video I don't have. I saw it. I ain't have time to go back and get it. Since it's Shilo and Shedeur's, they're both celebrating their birthday together. So she had Legendary and Shilo. And remember the tent they had for the draft? So they had the tent for their birthday. They had the cake and everything. And then there's something special. And apparently Shedeur brought in a food truck, but like the funnel cake for his brother. So he spoiled his brother for his birthday. And it looks like Shilo and Shedeur went in and treated each other really well for their birthday. So let's just kind of pop in here in no particular order, because I'm not trying to be all over the video like that. So out of respect for Shilo, I just got a few little clips in no particular order, not trying to recreate it. And we're going to talk about it. So let's see what we have first. Okay, let's see what we have.
You got to stay on the table and pray, bro.
Come on, fam, for real. Like, it mean a lot, bro. For the blessed food.
So they got praying over the food, which is good. And it was catered. Now, the chef posted, I didn't get the chef's name, but I did like their post and retweeted. The chef who catered the event, they shared their information too. So if y'all want to check that out, I don't know whose information is on, but you're going to find it because it's out there. It's going viral. So I heard something about some mac and cheese and some crabs. And I was like, okay. But I did give them a shout out, whoever that was. So Studsville is doing the prayer.
Come to you today. We thank you for everything you've shown us, everything that you put us through, because you know it's for a reason. I know you gathered us here today on this man's birthday to show how great he is and all his accomplishments.
Let the Lord use you.
And this food, they will devour it. We're thankful in your name. Amen.
I know
This nigga gonna devour it.
Oh my God, Shilo, Lord have mercy. Okay, Shilo. And Shilo is the life of the party for real.
Solid. What do you rate it 1 out of 10? I give it 10.
All I can ask for, bro.
Good solid.
It's all I did ask for. Yeah. You want your salad?
Yeah. You want it? You got it.
What is a man's ultimate goal to accomplish in life?
A man's greatest accomplishment. It changes based off, I feel like, his situation. I think one man's like greatest accomplishment at that point in time is different than like a year from then.
Yeah, because you can keep accomplishing stuff.
Yeah.
We just need to do interviews together. Ask Cleveland whenever you do your post-game interviews, if I'll just be up there. I can just sit next to you and do interviews with you.
You see
said he had
Shedeur. Yeah, I saw Shedeur's reaction. Like, not that it's not gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna be working for them. That's what it's giving. He like, yeah, okay. Because Shilo is more confident than Shedeur is. And I ain't mad. I ain't mad at all. We're gonna get to Miles Garrett probably tomorrow. But justified. Response justified. Response justified.
His birthday set up outside because it's a cold world out here.
It's a cold world out here. Ty just walked off.
Comes from the cold. Y'all don't know how I felt during the game.
No, you gonna get married?
Would I ever get married? Yeah, for sure, bro.
I think everybody pretty much wants to get married one day.
I don't like hanging around random women, bro. You gotta just be around people you trust. And I feel like at that point where you just like, this is the best person I could trust, then that's when you do that. It saves you from a lot of headaches, you know what I'm saying?
But you headache gang, so you like headaches. You used to give your daddy headaches.
Yes.
That's why your name Headache Gang.
You got in trouble the same amount as me, bro. Dang!
Yeah.
That had to cost $100 million.
So Shedeur went big on his birthday, y'all. Shedeur went big on his birthday. That's nice. Wow, that's a lot of ice. That they look like they cake. That's a lot of ice. Wow. Okay, Shedeur. Oh, okay.
Yo, brother, why you flex on me?
Deserved.
Hold on, bro. People don't actually believe we used to share the truck. What model was it?
Chrysler too.
What model was the truck?
24 F-150.
What year?
It was like 1995.
1990 something.
It was like 1995, 1996.
Somebody just asked me. I knew y'all had Rolls Royces growing up and all that.
But like we just stayed at the Ritz-Carlton.
All right. So they were talking about how growing up they used to share a vehicle and how everybody thought they was rich and each of them had Rolls Royces, they was driving stuff like that. But afterwards, go watch the video. They talked about how I don't know how long Florida lived with them, but apparently he'd been around for a long time. They were talking about when he was little, Florida, they must have went on a vacation or somewhere, or they was somewhere with Coach Prime, and they ordered room service, and they say Florida ordered like a ribeye steak or something, and Coach Prime got mad because they say you wasn't supposed to order nothing. I guess he don't just spend a lot of money like that. And it was like the most you could spend is like $17.99. You could, because whatever he bought cost more than $20. So it looks like I've heard y'all say that they adopted somebody. I'm thinking y'all talking about Florida. Because from what I'm starting to see, he grew up in the house with them. And I'm assuming he's always lived with them. I just don't know why I don't know much about him. But apparently y'all do. So maybe because I didn't watch the show like that. But as you can see, Shedeur treated himself for his birthday. Shout out to Shedeur. Deserved. Shilo is hilarious. Did you hear him when he said they had the party, they had the dinner outside because it's the cold world? Yeah, it's the cold world. It's the cold world. So they showed each other, love for their birthday. They celebrated it with family and friends. You know me, I was happy they were there. I was happy they were there and not in San Francisco. And people made it a point to say that Coach Prime was in San Francisco to call out these folks, but not to celebrate the Super Bowl. In other words, he wasn't lending his credibility to that event. He took the opportunity, because he does have brand deals and sponsorships, to let these folks know they played. They set up his son. So shout out to Coach Prime. And I don't know why, but that's what was going around today when people like, no, Coach Prime wasn't there for the Super Bowl. He really took the time to let people know what they did to Shedeur was wrong and this, that, and the other. So I was happy to hear that, right? I mean, we already had talked about it, but to still hear people talking about that going up until the game. It's like people wanted people to know. It's like the message was being sent. I'm not here for them. I'm here because I got business to take care of. And while I'm here, I'm letting y'all know what y'all did to my son was wrong. I hope they heard the message loud and clear. I hope they heard the message loud and clear. And to see Studsville still hanging out with them, and the prayer that he did, he said, "Thank you, Lord, for everything you put us through." Because they've been through a lot, and Studsville been up there with them too. So, and they met him at Jackson State. So they got they close by together, and then they had the, the chef come in. Then Taisha, she was in the background. She did a fantastic job. So we got more of the cake and stuff like that. I'm gonna hop over to the comments a little bit and see what y'all saying rather than just holding it till later. And then I'm gonna come back to clips that we have. Hey Ramon, how you doing? Hey fam, how y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? It said, I heard the Super Bowl was boring and the halftime show too. Who is that? Jarrell? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I ain't watch it. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey Anthony, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hey Amber, how you doing? Hey Tina, how you doing? Yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. The Sanders channel for right now is off season. Okay. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at all. It said it was so beautiful. Shedeur 24 and Shiloh's 25. I heard them say that. So since Shiloh's birthday is tomorrow, is he going to be 26? And Shedeur just turned 24, which means they're about a year apart. Let me know. That's what I was wondering when I heard him say it. It said, yes, she also did the welcoming back event for all of the Colorado players and parents. So she's still doing stuff at the school. Okay. All right. That's pretty good. No, that's pretty good. And when I saw her do Rick Ross event, I said, oh, she must be doing her own thing, which is good. Full-time branching off, which is good. But she's still working with Colorado, doing events for them too. Amber said they're 24 and 26 now because Shiloh's birthday is tomorrow. But they had everything this weekend. It was nice. Shilo will be 26 on tomorrow, on Monday. Okay. Hey, Tamika, how you doing? It said the WhatsApp live was great. Oh, good. Glad you're sharing it. It said Sanders family was hilarious. Shilo cracks jokes. We were able to type in questions on their family chat live. So tell us who all was on there. Let us know, and let us know who was all on the chat. Was it just the guys, or did any of the girls come on, or DeAndrea, or even Snow? Let us know. So I'm gonna hop back over to these clips, and we're gonna see what else we have. I think that's Rick Ross right there. Right, let's see what we got.
That macaroni restaurant style. Dang, bro, the backyard 5-star restaurant, bro.
You know how we do it. We do things different. With a purpose.
I agree.
5. Shilo, guess what?
3, 2,
Guess what?
1. You're having a kid.
What?
What is it?
Oh! This nigga got fireworks in the backyard!
Shilo, something else, bro.
How you turning up that good? Oh my goodness! Come on, nigga, film the fireworks! Good, buddy. This is the best birthday ever! This is the best birthday ever!
That is hilarious.
We got fireworks in the backyard!
Shedeur got his arm up, his ice up. Okay. That's nice. What y'all think? That's big time.
I ain't gonna lie, my boy. You got
Oh.
backyard. We do it, brother. I ain't never seen nobody do that before.
Yeah. That's huge. That's a big fireworks display too.
You can get it like, dang, hold on. And these fireworks been going on for a long time. We ain't running out of time. They're going crazy right now.
Wow.
Cheap fireworks, these are.
It's like a 4th of July display.
This better than 4th of July fireworks.
Right? Right?
Just out the chat. Goodness!
Wow. God darn. That's crazy, bro. That rival's 4th of July for real. New Year's Eve or something.
I ain't gonna lie, my boy. You do your big one on the fireworks, my boy. That was 10 minutes worth of fireworks. Buddy, we had a little extra. We ain't pop them on draft night.
Oh.
I'm not
Y'all
gonna lie,
heard
those had to
me
be
say,
$100,000
oh.
worth of fireworks.
All right, rate the fireworks 1 out of 10.
Did y'all hear what he said? He said we had a little extra because we didn't pop them on draft night. So remember they had the tent on draft night, and apparently the fireworks display, they had some of them for draft night. Oh man, well, they got to use them for the birthday. So shout out to them. But that was a hell of a fireworks display. But they got 200 acres, so they could pull some off like that. But you know, they do things bigger in Texas. So apparently Shedeur put all that together for their birthday weekend. So that's actually pretty good. What y'all thought of it? I rated a 10. Hell, I rated a 10 because you have to have a lot of space for that. So I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm gonna give it a 10. Let me know what y'all think.
10.
So he rated it. He rated it a 10. I give it a 10 or 11.
We don't eat birthday cake. We eat birthday steak.
Birthday steak.
I wasn't with you for like the holidays. I wanted a little piece of all the holidays. Feel fake. It was like a full year gift, you know?
A full year
experience.
Nigga, them fireworks was going off so long, my food got cold.
Shilo's hilarious. I'm sorry. I think he'll just say anything, but shout out to them. I mean, doing it big, you know, Super Bowl weekend. They not in San Francisco. They choose to celebrate themselves. Know your worth, know your worth, know your worth. And that was one hell of a fireworks display. So shout out to Shedeur and Shilo for doing it big and celebrating each other. You know, people absolutely love their bond, right? People love their bond. And that's one of the things that people talk about. And you see how, you know, they care. They love each other. They are true brothers, right? Like there's no type of, you know, sometimes in families, they be having tension. The people don't be close. They not like that. They have a real bond. They have a real bond. And we know Shilo looks out because he's older, looks out for Shedeur a lot. I noticed when they out and about, and you know, Shedeur showed him mad love today, bringing in the food, the funnel cake, because apparently Shilo like funnel cake a lot, so do I. But he brought in a whole food truck with the funnel cake to the house. And so he just showing his brother some love to celebrate their birthday weekend and pulled out the fireworks. So, but when I heard him say, we had some left because we ain't pop up on draft night, I was like, oh, you know, that sucks, right? That just really sucks. So they was just planning to do it big, but I'm sure they try to rain on their parade, you know, intentionally. But the point is, they found another occasion and they did it big for their birthdays rather than be down there in San Francisco. And I, for one, am happy for that. So shout out to Shedeur and Shilo for that. Chosen says, shout out to you and the rest of the chat. Keep doing hard work and blessings. Oh, thank you. Thank you, one. Chosen one, Chris. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. And you know, I'm happy it's over. I ain't gonna lie. I'm happy the whole damn thing is over with. And so we can get down to business. And I was happy to watch Shedeur and Shilo. I'm actually happy they celebrated their birthday. I hope they do it every year. I hope they do it every year on Super Bowl weekend. So I ain't got to be bothered. But, you know, I'm happy for both of them. I'm proud. And you can kind of look at Shedeur's reaction a little bit when Shilo was telling a joke about you let me sit there with Cleveland. He like, I mean, because he kind of know what's going on. He hear what people saying, right? And, you know, I want y'all to understand something here. I want y'all to be very, very clear about something. There were very few people that supported Kaepernick. And I'm already seeing the same thing happen with Shedeur. I'm not talking about people outside the league. I'm not talking about people past NFL. I'm talking about active. And I feel like I'm seeing people flip. So what that means is Shedeur has the right, he has the right mindset. He could have played it off and say, yeah, when we get back, we can do this or that, the other. But from what I heard, it sounded like he get ready to head to Miami with Shilo, or at least Shilo wants him to come to Miami with him. But I think Shedeur has the right mindset. You know, it's my birthday. I'm not going to let nothing get in the way. I'm not going to San Francisco. We're going to celebrate me and my brother at our ranch. We're going to do it big. And, you know, whatever come with that, come with it. He got the right attitude because I see some flip-flopping happening. I guess fried chicken make people act different, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I was happy to watch them, and I got another clip, but I was happy to watch them celebrate each other. So thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna hop back in here and see what y'all saying in these comments. Let me know what you found out about the WhatsApp, or tell us who was on the WhatsApp since you were on there. Tamika says Shedeur and Shilo had a great birthday celebration with their close friends in Texas at Prime Ranch. Shilo surprised 12 with the seafood, and he was talking about doing Paris 12, the funnel cake truck. Oh, okay. So that's where they came from, Paris. I think I actually have a clip of that. Thank you for that, Tamika. Ty Stewart also does the bookings for when the team travel. That's what I'm saying, Mama Tia. Does she still do that? Is she still doing that with Colorado? I thought maybe she had just moved on entirely. Because when they introduced the team, I didn't see her. But she could have been in Miami doing Rick Ross party. So thank you for sharing that, Mama Tia. Thank you for sharing that, Mama Tia. It said, oh my God, I realized that Mama T is the auntie from the Colorado bus. Forgive me. You talking about Miss Ty Stewart? Yeah. Yeah, that's her. So let us know. Maybe Tamika let us know who was on the WhatsApp. Let's see. It said these files are a lot bigger than some think. It said the dots are slowly connecting. The rabbit hole is deep. Yep. That's facts. U.S. ICE and citizens in Milan, Italy are clashing. I saw that. They were apparently. Why is ICE at? Is it U.S.? Why is U.S. ICE at the Olympics? Because that was getting a little boisterous. Is that the right word? The citizens were kicking them out, literally, like kicking them, like get out, like for real. And I was like, why is ICE over there? Right. So if y'all haven't seen that, it's gonna get weird around. It's globally things starting to pop off. Japan was in the streets protesting in Japan. China is on the record saying they didn't trust Epstein. They called him something. And people say, now you see, this what you should be doing. But Poland, it's around the world. Like I said, the Saudis, because their prince was in there, Solomon, they're not happy about that. People all over the country, globally are taken to the streets. And people like, why is people in the U.S. so calm? And I said, because of the Super Bowl. But as soon as I said, but that's okay, because Monday coming fast. I said, Monday is on the way. So stay tuned, people. Stay tuned. So I'm glad my guys got a chance to celebrate their birthday, and I'm glad they wasn't up there. Shout out to now. Hey, how you doing, Crowley? Welcome back. It says CP keeps putting people on. Yep, Julian. That's big. That's facts. Because he brought in he brought in Ty, and remember, I don't know if y'all remember, but some people do. She did his closet at Colorado. Like this, it was really nice. And that was like the first thing I think I saw. And I know she did. I don't know if y'all remember on Amazon. She was on Coach Prime's season 3 because she was on with Travis and Leanna when she was helping them plan their wedding. And Travis was talking about he wanted a bouncy house. And she looked at him. She said, that's not the place for that. I said, he needs somebody like her in his life. I don't know why he said that. I don't even know why he said that, but that's what he said. It was season 3, maybe episode 5 for Coach Prime on Amazon. So, and then she planned the wedding, and I don't know if she helped them with the house or not, because their house is really nice. So I was kind of thinking maybe she helped them with the house too. And then we see them with the birthday party, and y'all say she's still doing stuff for Colorado. Now I remember last year they brought in somebody that introduced themselves as what the title was that I thought she had. Remember when Coach Prime went to visit Affleck? She flew with them. Does anybody remember that? I was thinking at that time when Coach Prime went to visit Affleck and he was signing helmets and stuff, and he went to speak to them because that's one of his sponsors. I was thinking she was getting ready to transition then to a different role. That's exactly what I was thinking. So let me know if y'all remember Ty traveling with Coach Prime to Affleck, because I had never known her to travel with him like that. It was always Sam. And Sam might have been on that trip, but I remember thinking, oh, I wonder if he get ready to transition her into another role. So let me know if y'all remember that. I've been following her since Jackson State with Coach Prime. I mentioned Ty Stewart. It said dream is to do a Super Bowl event. Yes, she will. I hope it's the NBA All-Star. So that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. Shout out to Shedeur and Shilo. Thanks. So they show love to each other because I did see the I think I have that clip. I think I have that clip. Let's see if I have that clip.
You say you want a special dish? No, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I want to go get so much crab.
They got crab legs here?
No, I'm talking about back in the U.S.
Where do you want to get crabs out here?
I don't know. I just want crabs just like bottomless.
Do they eat seafood like that in France? Like, you know how they do seafood boils and bags, and we got restaurants dedicated to eating crabs. Do they? I wonder if that's part of the French culture. They don't give me seafood like that. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about that. Let me know what y'all think. I don't get that impression that he could just find a bottomless crabs there, a snow crab or whatever.
Snow crab?
Snow crab's fun. Shout out to Shells and Tails to go.
Shells and tails.
My
Shells
boy,
and tails to go. Oh, that's nice.
All you can eat, my boy.
Okay, so they treated each other. Shilo did the food and Shedeur did the setting up of everything, or all of it together. So they did that together. Okay, all right, I get it now. I get it. Okay. Oh, that looked good.
Shout out Shells and Tails.
Shells and tails. Nice.
Happy birthday, bro.
Brother, I needed this.
Happy birthday,
You
bro.
don't know, bro.
Happy birthday, bro.
I needed this.
Oh, that does look good. Man.
Shells and Tails to go. I appreciate y'all, man. We got all that butter right there.
All right, y'all, we have this magnificent scenery right here. You see the table? You know what I'm saying? You see the vibes. We went on the food
that's
right
nice.
now.
That's a long
Miss
table.
Tasha, where that food at? Dang, bro, you're 24. That means if we fight, it's even because I'm 25, you 24.
Then what?
It's more
Then
even
what?
now. It's not like bullying or anything. We could actually fight.
Well,
straight
I
up.
need to fight you, bro.
It might be some stuff you gotta get off your chest, you know?
Nah, I'm good. I get it off when I need.
Do you feel different being 24 now? Do you feel like you're getting too old for yourself? Do you ever see yourself being 24 with responsibilities?
You was 24, no responsibility, so
Facts.
feel the same as you at that time.
I was 24. I was like, dang, I can't believe I'm this old. Is that how you feel?
No.
What do you feel like? How old do you think you are?
Sometimes I forget I'm 23 and 24.
He does seem more mature.
I know, but I thought I was 24 already before.
So you think you're 24? That's how you operate?
No, sometimes just like when birthdays come and it's just like something like that, sometimes I'll be like, did I say 23 or 24?
So you've been practicing getting ready for...
Yeah. So now I know for sure.
Put it on Florida real quick. Florida, remember he used to talk to girls and lie about his age?
We were just talking about that. Remember, we were talking about Shedeur liking older girls. So remember we were talking about, so they actually went into the clip of when they were asking, the girls were sitting around. And I was wondering, was one of those girls, Jasmine, the girl that, because they said they've been knowing each other a minute. So if you go back to the own clip, I can't show it. I have it, but I can't show it. Remember the scene where it was three girls sitting around Shedeur, and I guess that's when he lied about his age, and they were asking him why he liked older girls, and he actually said because they're not messy. One of the girls is older than him. I'm like, no, I wonder if that's Jasmine, because they said they have known each other for a while, and I thought I read that she was from Texas. So she had her hair in braids. All the girls had the hair in like the two braids. So I don't know. Maybe that was her, maybe it wasn't, but it kind of made me think, because she is 28, 29, and he just turned 24. This girl was a little older than him. So they put that clip in there, but I don't think I could show it. So I didn't want to show it. But anyway, so okay, they did that together. They did that together. I see. And Shedeur was saying he already thought he was 24 before, but it's just a reminder of 23 years old, and he has been through at 22 at Colorado and 23 in the NFL is insane. There's no way at 23. There's no way at 23 I could have went through that. Not at 23. Like, no. Like, you don't understand. You're not even that, but you have to be one of those people that you are super mature, because anybody else, it would have broke them. It would have broke people twice Shedeur's age. But now, you know, they were talking about his birthday. For him to have only been 23, and then look what he went through at 22, the second year at Colorado, then his first year being 21 at Colorado. So he was 20 at Jackson State. That's why they liked it so much. He was young. It was different. He'd always been shown, you know, love and respect from people. So to be able to get to Colorado and come into that world being so different, being like not a culture shock, but kind of, because his high school was black. High school was black. Jackson State was black. Then you come to Colorado and they boot your Rolls Royce every 2 weeks. So, you know, it just stands out to you as to what it is, right? Whereas Coach Prime was in the NFL, and because, you know, they hired him, he wasn't thinking like that. But I think Shedeur picked up on it real fast, right? Because it was just like night and day, just like night and day. And somebody said the best part of my day was chilling and talking with friends, watching Black History Facts videos. Our people did everything. Yep. Did y'all? They talking about somebody was talking about all of the inventions. I'm like, did Black people invent everything? Like, seriously, I put it in my stories. And if you name it, we probably invented it. And some things were playful, like maybe the super soaker, but then when you get into the GPS and AI and all these other things, of course, like the light bulb, and then a lot of the stuff that Black people did was stolen from them, right? A lot of that stuff was stolen from them and somebody else took credit for it, and it was really their invention. So that happened as well, right? So, you know, shout out to Black History Month, but it's a lot that I'm like, if Black people were to take all their inventions and leave, it would be dark over here and boring and completely boring, completely boring. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, Crowley. It said, Shedeur looks a little tired. He might be. He actually might be. He might be. It said, I ain't gonna lie. I watched the game after the halftime show. It said, but I needed to see the QBs. That 12 is going up against the 26. Yeah. No. We was out on that. I stuck to my commitment. I told you I wasn't watching that. I raced it all day. I had been dealing with some stomach bug. Oh, okay, Amber. Is it still cold there? Is it still cold in Dallas? It says Shedeur does look a bit disappointed, but he will bounce back all the way back. I mean, he could have just flew in 5 minutes before that, for all we know. I mean, we don't really know. Like when he got there, he might, you know, I don't know where he been. And that's a big tent. So there must be some people somewhere. They was just hanging out there. But I just felt like when Shilo was talking about I could come up there to Cleveland, and he was like, it's that part, you know, that lets me know that, you know, he can't even get excited about it, right? And that's part of their whole process. Again, I see people straddling the fence. It said the best part was the Wagyu steaks were pulled out of the designer briefcase with gems engraved with 12 top tier. Wow, I didn't see that part. Okay. It said, I didn't see that part at all. Praising Yahweh for his many blessings, loving family, taking it easy and relaxing in the cold. Okay. So some of y'all still in the cold. It said, listen to some old school hip hop. What's the best song you listen to on your old school hip hop journey today? And when you say old school, what era? So if you tell us what song, we'll know what era. You listen to LL Cool J, or you listen to who else? Yeah, you listen to LL Cool J when you say old, or you listen to Wu-Tang. I ain't gonna ask you if you listen to Jay-Z. Let's see, somebody else. EPMD, I don't know. Who else? Because you're not giving me, you don't give me, you listen to Lil Baby. I didn't get that. I didn't get that. But you what? Maybe you listen to Ice Cube. Maybe you was listening to Ice Cube. NWA, I don't know. Better have my money. Let us know. All right. Tamika said, Shilo and Shedeur always giving gems, and I love it. Yep. The Sanders family always on point. I love the small group of friends that's been there in their lives. Facts. Because they showed Junior too. He's on one of these clips. It's that Florida's family was on the reality show as kids. So that's my point. Has he been around the entire time? Or like when he finished high school, did he go in a different direction? Or maybe he been there the whole time. I'm not sure. Thank you for that, Tamika. It says Shilo will be 26 tomorrow, right? Ramon said he didn't watch Super Bowl. Now, I didn't watch it either. It said Florida has been with the Sanders since he was about 15 years old. Hey, Benji, how you doing? Okay. since he was about 15. Oh, okay. It said, it's been a long year for Shedeur. I'm glad he is starting a new chapter, although the work is about to start all over again. Yep. And maybe. I don't know. We're gonna have to see how he feel, because you can tell he's already not enthusiastic about it because of the things they are putting out, right? And I just kind of feel like, the people that were supportive of him are starting to flip-flop. I'm not surprised. The first thing that came to my mind was Colin Kaepernick. I'm like, well, I mean, should I really be surprised? Because they just don't stand up. That's just what it is, bro. Like, it takes people on the outside to do it. Just like right now, this entire situation with these files, it's the global community applying pressure and holding consequences, whereas the people on the inside just seem to just be focused on, like, not grasping what the hell is happening or what's being planned, because that's the part. I said, wait till it get dark over here. Then people gonna be like, well, when did they plan this? It's been planned. That's why I said, if you watch that explainer video, when we did the members live stream and I shared that explainer video and we were going through it, looking at what they were showing us, and remember the end when who turned the lights out, and before that he was in New York Times Square and they showed a U.S. nationwide cyber attack again today. It was slowing down on IG a little bit, and they made a big deal about making sure TikTok was owned by someone in the U.S. because why? Zuckerberg is sitting at the table, Elon Musk sitting at the table, so they got them under wraps. They didn't have TikTok. So if you're gonna do what that explainer video says, if you're gonna be lights out over here, starting with the cyber crash first, I need TikTok, and they got it. They got it. So everything they want to do, they got. They have it, and people now start to realize this man is not dead. So stay tuned, and I try to tell myself, maybe the reason why, maybe I was like, maybe it's a good thing for people not to be fully aware of what's going on, because maybe they will panic, or maybe they will take to the streets, and that's not a good thing. So maybe sometimes when you don't know, when you're sometimes distraction can work for you. Like, you could actually be distracted and avoid calamity because you were distracted. So that's what I told myself. I'm like, because everything in the explainer video has been done. So somebody said, damn, I think we're at the part where it's about to go dark over here. I'm like, hell, if you saw the explainer video, you know what's next. So that is what's next, right? So, considering that it's now coming out that he's not dead. That man is not dead. That man is not dead. And I'm the last person to say something like that. But even what they said, what happened, and now the video coming out with the other person in the cell moving around, the lengths they going through for people like that and to protect people like that, it's insane. That means that, if they went through all of this to protect themselves, then they ain't gonna give up that easy. That's all I'm saying. So I'm just kind of glad that's over with. It said, Mama Tia said, the best part for me is when Ty had the chef to bring out the Wagyu steak in a designer briefcase. It was designed with gems. I did not see that. It said, I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see that part either. It said it was Dion Sr., Bucky, Shilo, and Shedeur. Oh, okay. So it was the four of them. And because they weren't in the same place, and it probably was sponsored by WhatsApp, we might get to see it. Because, WhatsApp probably got social media, so we might get to see it. All right. How long did it last, Tamika? And let us know what was the best part of the chat. It says, Shedeur said they were held from the draft. They were held from the draft. I'm just glad they talking about it. If you don't like the Sanders, you're a straight hater. Facts. It said it went on for 10 minutes. He said of the fireworks. Oh, okay. Yeah, because that was a nice show. And I forgot they have that lake out there. And when they show Travis over there fishing, that lake actually goes for a ways. I guess it goes into the other part of their property. The pyrotechnics cost a grip. I bet they did. Because that looked professional. Like professional. I bet they did. It says Shedeur and Shilo missed out on the fireworks for New Year's Eve that they did. Oh, I didn't see that, Talisa. They did a new oh, yes, I did when Karuchi was there. Yep. I remember now. I forgot about that. Okay. And Karuchi had an event this weekend. She had a beauty event too. I wonder how her events went. It said, yes, Florida was adopted by Coach Prime. Coach Prime made sure he had a relationship with his mom. So he still has a relationship with his mom. Okay, Destiny, that's good. It said CP went to see you and watched the game with his players. Oh, Coach Prime went back to Colorado? Okay, so because I saw, well, I don't know when this was then, because I thought I saw Coach Prime welcoming Method Man, but I think Method Man was at the Super Bowl, so maybe I didn't know when that clip was. So unless that was at the Super Bowl, I don't know. But you're saying Coach Prime went back to Colorado? Okay. I mean, as long as he's a college coach, he's gonna still have to be, I mean, he could be upset about how they treated Shedeur, but he still have to kind of put it to the side to get the next group that has those aspirations to get them ready. So, that's kind of interesting in itself, right? Meaning, you're holding these people accountable for how they did your sons, but they also did your program dirty. So, and now you got to get the next group ready. I really wish he would sit down and talk to some of these guys about entrepreneurship in this field, rather than thinking that's your only option. But maybe they don't want to hear it. I don't know. It said it was so funny when he said we had a lot left over from the draft. Yeah, I kind of felt bad. I felt bad because that meant he was saying, yeah, we didn't get the popping for the draft. I mean, it did him straight dirty. And as time go on, it's just gonna hit and it's gonna sting even harder, right? And some people think, oh, well, it's not like he's poor. That's not the point. That's not the point at all, right? So not only is he missing $40 million, but apparently he still has to go back and prove himself. And that's, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I was disappointed. To hear Myles Garrett say, see, I hate when people on social media just take one line of what a person said and take it out of context. And y'all know I like Myles Garrett. I was happy for him, Kentucky Fried Chicken and all of that. But I noticed Denzel Ward was backsliding. I noticed that. And that's probably one of the reasons why Shedeur feels like he does, because now I have to go back and the people that were standing up for me. Remember, initially it was Jerry Jeudy, it was Denzel Ward, and it was Myles Garrett, right? So we already saw Jerry Jeudy flip-flop all over the place. We saw him just go to the other side and look how he set him up. Then I was listening to Denzel Ward when he was talking about Shedeur being a good quarterback. It was a 50-50 answer. It was 50-50 yes, 50-50 no. He said, I mean, I picked him off for interceptions in practice quite a few times. I'm like, really, Denzel Ward? But I had already noticed that. I noticed that because, see, after they benched him, he flipped. He was like, no, Stefanski is a good coach. It wasn't all on him. I said, oh, here we go. Here we go. So when he made the comment about, something about him having an opportunity, or, I thought he was good or something like that. I think he might be good, but, I picked him off in practice a couple of times. People were laughing in the comments because they're like, damn, he basically saying no. And I'm like, really, Denzel? That's why Shedeur don't have nothing to look forward to going back to Cleveland. And they got to Myles Garrett, right? So Myles Garrett in his conversation today, I think I have it. I was going to save it for a separate video. I didn't appreciate it. And I said how I felt, and I don't give a damn how people feel about it. I said, oh, here we go. So yeah, I already got to, and what did we say about Myles Garrett? I said, y'all notice they trying to turn Myles Garrett into a celebrity. So maybe they felt like since Myles Garrett they set him up to be a celebrity, he don't need to give a damn about Shedeur no more. That's how, yeah, that's basically something like that seems to be happening, right? Something like that seems to be happening, and I don't like it. This is it right here. I'm like, damn, Myles, not you selling out. Come the hell on, right? People talking about Myles Garrett just revealed the plans are for QB. It said Shedeur will be QB1, and he ain't letting go of it. You tell me if this is what you heard, because maybe I just can't hear, or I lack comprehension. So, and I doubt it. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this. This being said, I don't care for this. This is the same thing. This backsliding. That's what this is. This is Myles Garrett straddling the fence. I don't care what nobody say. That's what the hell it is. But y'all be the judge. We were gonna do this tomorrow, but I'm sure there'll be some other shit to talk about tomorrow. So y'all, we might as well just listen to it now. Here we go. And maybe you'll understand because Miles was Shedeur's biggest, staunchest supporter. So listen to this.
Do y'all have the guy? Is Shedeur the guy?
That's what we're looking at as a guy. We're going to give him a shot to prove that he's a guy. So we're not going to give anyone that title until they go out there and earn it. And he was the last person to be on the field, and he showed some flashes. So we're going to give him an opportunity to show what we can really do.
Did he say some flashes? Did he say some flashes? Did he say some flashes?
I feel like everyone on the roster is going to get a shot. Now, he was the last guy on the field, so he's obviously going to get first service.
Do y'all have the guy? Is Shedeur the guy?
That's what we're looking at as a guy. We're going to give him a shot to prove that he's a guy. So we're not going to give anyone that title until they go out there and earn it. And he was the last person to be on the field, and he showed some flashes. So we're going to give him an opportunity to show what we can really do, uncork the ball.
Yeah, you paying another guy $46 million. Is he going to get a shot?
I feel like everyone on the roster is going to get a shot.
I hate this, bro. I hate this so much. Myles Garrett went from Shedeur's the guy. I will go to war for him, so he gonna get a shot. I don't like this. This backslide, bro. This is all that Kentucky Fried Chicken, all that Jimmy Kimmel. This is all of that. Let's prop him up so he'll have his own celebrity, so he won't be in awe of Shedeur. So now, no Judas. We got Judas, who we got to go back to. Denzel Ward, who done flipped all the way and flopped. And now Myles Garrett. I'm like, that's why he like that. When Shilo said that, he's like, yeah, I'm like, damn, even your soldiers. Tell me what y'all think. Because that ain't the same person. Like you on Jimmy Kimmel doing this, but you're going to sit up here and say, we're going to give him a shot. Isn't that what the Browns said? Duh. Like, really? They supposed to be the advocates for, yes, he's proven he's the guy. Because that's what they were saying before. So why would he get a shot? First of all, they not letting $46 million insurance company payment play. They not letting him play. First and foremost, his wife would have never said, let's relocate to Italy, because she know he ain't playing. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, Dylan's still over there. And who the hell else is he talking about? Let me tell you what Myles Garrett is doing. Let me tell you what Denzel Ward is doing. Exactly what the Browns owner wants. I don't want y'all to be committed to Shedeur because I want to get somebody else. And y'all on this team long enough. I've been good to y'all. He just got here. So show me some loyalty. They're going to bring in somebody else. And they're going to make him compete for it again. And if you win, it ain't going to matter. I personally think it's backstabberish myself. But let me see what y'all think. I don't like it. I hate it. I said, what the hell? I said, this pissed me off. I said, why does Shedeur have to prove? He already did again. He proved in the season he was the best quarterback they have. They ain't got nobody else. But he got to prove himself before they get somebody else. And then Myles want to dress it up and say, well, he was the last one on the field. Really, Myles? He wasn't the best one y'all had? He should be QB1 until proven otherwise. And they don't have the courage to say it. That's the fucking cowards, bro. I can't stand it. That's why I'm like, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I don't even know how much longer I'm going to be talking about football. I don't even care. Because I'm sorry, I'm not fake. I can't pretend. I like Myles Garrett, but that's wrong. You done flipped all the way. You done went from you to go to war with him. So you mean to tell me you was going to go to war with somebody that need to prove they stuff. So you stupid. They got to him. That's why Shedeur is, yeah, okay. I don't know if he's going to be there. I don't know if he's going to be in the NFL, to be honest with you, because the way Shedeur talking and the way Coach Prime talking, they seem fit to be tired with all of it. And Coach Prime already know Colorado ready for him to go. So I think that's why he took the opportunity to use this weekend to say, screw y'all. Because I'm pretty sure I read some of the things he said over the summer. He was like, I might be old or something like that. I'm old school, not an old fool. So people pointing out how Coach Prime was speaking out. I saw it going viral again when Shedeur was saying about the $40 million. And if you're human, you get to a point where you get tired. If you're human, you get to a point where you have options. Somebody said, the Smack Lady was like, we don't do something for people that don't respect us or whatever. They got plans. I don't know what they are. But if they don't have them, they gonna have them. But I think they got them. Because for both of them to be speaking out, and then the way he is, and that means he ain't even communicated to Shilo. That means him and Coach Prime been talking. Because I'm sure, Shedeur talking to his dad, he like, look, I'm getting sick of this shit, bro. Like, I'm I know this your career and I always wanted this dream, but these people ain't right. And they not. They not. Right? You don't hang out with people who hate Black people and not be the same kind of people. And then you act like you hate Black people based on your hiring practices. Right? I saw a video of lying ass Epstein with a sore on his mouth. I heard him my own 2 ears say, yeah, I got this sore on my face because a Black guy tried to kiss me. White people in the comments was going crazy. You know goddamn well ain't no Black guy tried to kiss you because you don't like Black people. And I need these damn people to, I don't really care what they think. I don't care if Miles Garrett want to sell his soul to be on Jimmy Kimmel or Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial. I really don't care. But I know Shedeur having to go back to that environment after hearing his soldiers flip on him. That's going to be hard. That's going to be hard. Who are you fighting for? Who you want to make it better for? The people that sold you out? And that's exactly what the owner wants. And he got it. He got Jerry Judy, Denzel Ward. When Tommy Reese was there, he flipped. Remember, Tommy Reese was like, yep, Shedeur's developed. He's done everything we asked him to. And then the next week, it was all different. Same thing happened to Jerry Judy. Same thing happened to Denzel Ward. By the end of after he got benched, he was talking different. Now Miles Garrett talking different. Nobody will stand up for Shedeur. I don't know if I would go back. Because who are you fighting for? You going to be on the field fighting all of them? Let me know what y'all think about what Miles Garrett said, because I think it was low down. That's what I think. I think he done flipped. So I say screw him. It said, I don't know how they did it with Shilo. It said, you gave it a 10. Yeah. I agree. It said, pour down. Feel the fireworks. So that was Dom. That's crazy. There's a lot of love between brothers. Absolutely. Keep that love always. Facts. It said on the Sanders chat, Shilo told his dad, I see phones out. And Dion said they're off. Just watching. Oh, at CU. In the meeting room. Okay, so I think the man walk into the room because I think I just saw it again. So I don't know how that could have happened. Unless it was, maybe he was there last year. See, this it right here. Oh, I think that's San Francisco. Before Coach must be before Coach Prime left. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Method Man came in into the room. When was that posted? That was posted 5 hours ago. Saturday's Tailgater said Method Man and Coach Prime brotherly love. Let me share this with y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about. And maybe if y'all saw it already, maybe you saw it yesterday, but it said 5 hours ago. So I don't know if Coach Prime was in Colorado. I'm not sure. This is it right here. Yeah, Shedeur got a lot that he up against going back to. It's a daunting task at this point because, in the beginning, he had people there, that showed him compassion, etc. He had players on his side. They returned every last one of them, include Miles Garrett. And that's I think that's the biggest disappointment of all, right? I think that's the biggest disappointment of all. But they've been working him, but he gave in. And it had everything to do with being on Jimmy Kimmel. And somebody must have told him, man, you got to look out for yourself. And that's so sad. Shedeur is so young, right? So here we go.
Get too close because I got a cold.
They can't get too close. I got a cold.
I love you, Prime. I love you, Prime.
Yeah, that's San Francisco. But I don't know when this was. It's posted 5 hours ago. But that don't mean it was 5 hours ago.
I worked on myself.
It sounds like they're in the back where the game is on.
When I get those DMs, I be like, yeah, probably too.
See, that's right there, the NFL camera. Unless that was So I don't know. I don't know. I heard he was a photographer for the day, Method Man, and he had the camera out, and I could hear something. So I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe that was yesterday. Maybe that was yesterday. It said I was celebrating my birthday too. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday, OG. Happy birthday. You tomorrow, right? Jackie said, hey fam, I rate Shedeur's birthday a 10. It said, remember he promised him the crabs when they were in Paris. Yes, thank you so much. It said, all blessings delayed on denied. This family is about to take over in 2026. I don't know. They gonna always do well. They gonna always do well. That's what Coach Prime was talking about. They gonna always do well, right? Y'all gotta understand people dealing with some demons, and it don't go the way. It's not always a happy ending with them. That don't mean you can't move on to something else and do your own thing. We just gonna have to see. We just gonna have to see. But I see Shedeur's losing his enthusiasm, and I'm telling you, listening to Myles Garrett say that, watching the GM stab you in the back, Shedeur just getting a lesson as to who you're dealing with. A bunch of people that don't care about nothing. They'll stand up for you for a minute, and that's about it. That's about it. Everybody speaking up for him is already out the league. Everybody else that was there, turncoat or gone. Fact, that's just it. He appears to be mental. Of course, he's not just mentally drained from the season. He heard what Myles Garrett said. He heard what Denzel Ward say, just like I did. He already gave the cold shoulder to Andrew Barrett, because look at what he did. For a young person, it's like being punched it's like a lick every time it happens. And it's like, damn, I gotta go back up here and start all over. And these people already that was on my side, I could see if Myles Garrett was standing with him. He not. He bullshit. Saying, I mean, he was the last one on the field. He deserves a shot. So if he wasn't on the last one on the field, Myles Garrett, what would it be? Because you was gonna go to war for him before. I still got the quote. So you gonna go to war for somebody that gotta prove themselves, and then they don't have the courage to stand up for Shedeur and say, well, why is it that Jackson daughter Tyler Shaw don't have to prove themselves? They're not gonna do that. They only gonna take it so far, and that's what he learned. They're not gonna put they shit in harm's way for him, just like they did it for Colin Kaepernick. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And the only way Shedeur gonna survive in this league, unless something to change in the next couple of months, and they up here for them, they don't respect Black people. That's number one. And you work for people that don't respect Black people. You're working for people who feel like it's too many Black people. I need some of y'all's talent, but not at the quarterback position. And I'm willing to even change the way the game is being played just to avoid Black people. That's a lot. That's a lot. So that ain't easy to walk back into. I'm sure he feel deflated. Why would he? It said the cake was the best part of the video. Shilo acts just like his dad. Yes, he does. It said, I heard you, but we got a what? It said, it's just weird. It said Travis can get the bouncer house now. Yeah, he sure can. And I'm sure when the baby has probably, how old can you be in a bouncy house for your birthday? Like 5, 4? He got a couple of years. 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 Oh, we talking about ICE over in Milan. I had no idea they was over there until I saw what was happening. I really didn't. Yeah, I saw what was happening. Shedeur also had the funnel cake truck. Yeah, that's the one video I didn't get. That's the one video I didn't get. Saki Diamonds gifted Shedeur one of those bracelets. Oh, well, that was really nice. That was really nice. In France, they love snails and chocolate-covered insects. Oh, like escargot? Escargot? Yeah, I don't recall like hearing them eat the type of seafood that we eat, because we don't eat escargot like that. I've seen it in restaurants, but it's not something that you see all the time. I get crab legs anyway. So yeah. He told my friends do it too much. Yeah, they eat Shilo. It says Shilo did so much that no one wanted to share a room with him. What was that? Oh, you talking about when he was a kid? The name grown fits Shedeur perfectly. I feel he looks tired. I just think that he hear what people saying. It's not easy, right? You know, this is something you were planning on your entire life. And I'm sure setting up the fireworks display was a reminder of what happened last year. And then we get ready to head back to that this year. And he just forgot about it. It's not easy. And it might be a dream deferred, or it might be what is it what people say when God delays? That's one. Or redirects. That's two. It's for your good and his glory. And we already saw him standing in front of an Abercrombie and Fitch sign. I hope y'all don't know that ain't gonna change, because there's nobody to change it. And people want to act like that didn't happen or it don't mean nothing. One of the things people have learned from the Epstein files is they do things in plain sight and you don't even know what the hell is happening. They put it out there for you. Right now, people realize when Justin Bieber made the song Yummy, the video, that he was trying to tell what happened to him because of Diddy, and they said Epstein too. He actually used that entire video to tell his story, and they said he went on Ellen, and she was asking him about it, and he told her what it was about, like in a very curt way, because she was a part of that. She was a part of that. So, and he might be coming to the realization too, right? That it ain't safe. It ain't safe. And he might be coming to the realization that I might have to do something different. These people not gonna change if there's no consequences, and they should be ashamed of themselves, but they ain't gonna stop, you know. And they got Miles Garrett. That means Shedeur don't have. Think about it. Who else that's a leader of the team was standing up for Shedeur? Miles Garrett, Denzel Ward. They have all flipped. Jerry Judas, they have all flipped. That's daunting to have to go back to that. So we'll see what he do. I don't know what he gonna do. I don't know what he gonna do. It said, I remember Coach Prime got a call of Shilo in class and told him to stop being a class clown. Yeah, Shiloh's personality. I think even Shedeur was saying that Shilo, you know, used to get in trouble a lot. Black people invented everything, 50,000 patents. Clearly, I'm like, what? Destiny say she didn't watch it either. It's been pretty mild in Dallas. Oh, y'all in the 60s. Okay, 60s in the daytime. That's good. Ramon say he in the 90s. Are you in Florida? California? Rakim. Okay. Welcome back. Deja. Welcome back. I think is what I was calling you before. It's 32 in Sacramento. Oh, wow. Okay. Speaking of Jay-Z, I seen him and his daughters on a clip. Yeah, they go every year. They go every year. People don't know what side to be on with that one. They don't know. But the more the pictures come out, I saw a picture of him, Diddy, Epstein, the Clintons, and Stephen Hawking. I'm like, how y'all get Stephen Hawking into this? He was there too. They was all at they was at the outside. They was on the island. They was on the island. And that's why people here's what people are saying, right? There was a clip of Denzel Washington. Now, I thought this was interesting. I have to see if I can find it. It was a clip of, looked like it was at a basketball game. It was a clip of Denzel Washington. And Jay-Z wanted to talk to Denzel. And Denzel intentionally walked past him and ignored him, even with Jay-Z trying to pull him on the arm, right? So that's like that's Samuel Jackson and Denzel are highly, highly regarded. And Denzel did not want to talk to Jay-Z. And then Shannon Sharp walked up and he said something to Jay-Z because Denzel didn't want to fool with Jay-Z. And Denzel said it before. He was at the house and things was happening and he was shocked and he left. And in this clip, he ignoring Jay-Z. So here's what people need to understand about the Jay-Z situation. You may not have partook in it, but you damn sure do. And didn't say a damn thing and profited off of it. You can't deny it. There's no way he didn't know. For one, Epstein's behavior was similar to Diddy's. And I asked myself today, so who was around first? And I think Diddy was young when Epstein bought that island in 99, 98. So that meant Diddy learned from Epstein. And Jay-Z's friends with both of them, which is how he got to the NFL, which is why you cannot ignore the Epstein files when it comes to the NFL. You can't, because the owners are incestuously close. Don't forget that, right? So Shedeur might have to, and God will definitely prepare him before he get to that moment. And what we're seeing might actually be a part of that, coming to the realization that this ain't for me. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, because he does have self-worth. He really does. It said, yes, it would be dark and boring. It said NWA, James Brown, and Parliament. Is that what y'all was listening to? Okay. It said, I watched CU versus CSU 2024. I love when the CU players got penalties at the same time for spinning the ball. Oh, was that when all 7 of them got penalties? The referee that everybody thought was a cutie gave them 7 people all the penalties at the same time. That was a good game to rewatch. That was a good game to rewatch. I always rewatch the Baylor game, but CSU versus CU, yeah. It said I have to always be aware of what's going on around me. Facts. It said Shedeur deserves all of everything in some. Happy birthday, headed game. Yep. Hey, Bridget, how you doing? It said Miles Garrett was being interviewed by Michael Parsons and stated Shedeur Sanders showed sparks enough to start the new season. I don't want to hear shit about no spark. I don't want to hear nothing about a spark. And I didn't hear the word spark. That's why I played the video. I heard him say he was the last one on the field, so he should get a shot to prove himself. That's backstabberish. Shedeur's already proven himself, and Miles was going to go to war with Shedeur. You ain't going to war with somebody that still need to prove themselves. He is flip-flopping, just like Denzel Ward did after he got benched. So all of this new celebrity he getting is for him to flip. And he doing it. He doing it. That's wrong. Nobody gonna stand up for this kid. Nobody stood up for him in the draft. Nobody gonna stand up for him on this team coming into next year. We know Tony stood up and gave a damn about him and got cut. Right? We know why Taylor got benched. There's nobody else. There's nobody else. I guess Miles Garrett said after being robbed, I'm gonna shut up. I don't know. To say he deserves a shot is a sellout. Do you hear anybody in New Orleans saying Tyler Shaw deserves a shot? He's the guy. Shedeur is better than Tyler Shaw. Shedeur actually did well and played better teams and performed better than Tyler Shaw and came into this league ready. They want you to move off of that he was already good. They want you to move off of that because they colluded against him. Now, I don't know who going to outlast who, but it's going to be hard for Shedeur to go back to Cleveland. And he's going to have to start all over, and he might do it. But is it worth it? At this point, is it worth it? I don't know. It's whatever God put on his heart, I guess. Because that's the only reason he made it through last time. It said Method Man was at the Stars flag football game. Okay, so that was Saturday. That was Saturday at the flag football game. So, okay, that was yesterday. It said, this is the link to the email out rigging the Super Bowl in 2016. I think I saw it. I think I saw it. It said, I am not mad at you. Oh, okay. 2 people are having conversations. The entire time. It said, yep, that's just crazy. It says CP was in the building with Method Man with CP and Ryan Clark hosting. So that was yesterday. Okay, so that was yesterday. Okay, is Judy still here? Jerry Judy? Yeah, he's still there. Exactly. Shedeur was robbed twice. First the draft and then his home. And then don't forget in season 1, so 3 times, he needed his brother Shilo, and he's a breath of fresh air for 12. Yeah. They owe him a commitment. Hell yeah, they owe him a commitment. For people, and that's what gets on my nerves. I'm like, so y'all this is why slavery lasted 400 years. This is why. Because when it's time to stand up, people like, well, I mean, they don't want to offend, or they don't want to confront, or they don't want to hold accountable. That's exactly why other countries are taken to the streets and outraged. And our country is like, do you know, I listened to a podcast that was actually 6 months old. And the 2 people that were talking, it's called Chris Hedge. I don't even know who that is. It's 2 white people. They were talking about the women, the survivors. And victims of abuse, SA, they have like a victims fund where they get compensated. He was talking about the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. There was, I think he said like 200, and like maybe 172 of them have been compensated and the other ones have not. Do you know why? Because they want the victims to sign an NDA and they can't name nobody else. So if we give you this money, you can't, for Jeffrey Epstein, you can't name nobody else. So that's why some of the other people didn't take it. Another reason why all of the victims have been compensated is because they said the media, who's not even talking about this, has taken it upon itself to say the youngest victim. They agreed to say it's only six companies that rule the media. 6 companies got together and decided they were going to agree to report that the youngest victim is 14. The youngest victim is 10, 9, 8, 7, and in some cases 6. And the guy was saying the reason they have agreed to put it out at 14 to cut it off, that's why they kept saying barely legal, which is still illegal, is because the people over the 6 media companies are friends with the people in the Epstein list, and they don't want their friends to get in trouble. I'm like, does anybody understand we are talking about child abuse here? They talking like they don't want their friends to get in trouble because somebody told a lie. Do you know they unalived these children? They dropped them into the ocean with a lift in the house. There's a door that opens directly to the ocean in the floor. They buried them. They ate them. And people don't want these people to get in trouble. This is why everything is coming from the outside, because the people on the inside, and what's happening with Shedeur in the NFL is a microcosm of what's happening in larger society. Now they got Myles Garrett. Well, yeah, he deserved a shot. Really, Myles? You was gonna go to war with this man, and now you want to see what he could do? It shows you how they lean on people, how they coerce people, and typically they have something on you or there's money. Now remember, Myles Garrett's house was robbed. We don't know what they found, but he done flipped it. I ain't saying he being rude, but his language and Denzel Ward's language is Denzel Ward talking about, yeah, I threw a bunch of interceptions. He threw a bunch of interceptions to be in practice. I'm like, wow. But when I read to y'all how they talking about Will Howard, how other players that don't even play for Pittsburgh talking well about Will Howard, including Max Crosby. Ain't nobody talking up for Shedeur. Not even his own teammates. They neutral. They done backed Myles Garrett out of drive into neutral. They done backed Denzel Ward out of drive into neutral. And they done flipped Jerry into a Judas. And all 3 of them black. It's going to be rough. It's got to hurt. It's got to hurt because you don't have nobody standing up for you. You already went through this once. Ty Monkey was playing in your face. I don't know. Finch straddling. That's what it is, Ramon. It said Myles said that he would have first dibs, but there will be a competition. And that ain't right. What the hell? Ain't nobody else from last year going to Cam Ward going through competition? Not yet. Jackson Dart? Not yet. Stop acting like Shedeur wasn't already him. See, that's what they want. And they're going to do this for the entire length of his contract. They're going to do this for the entire length of his contract. There is nobody on the inside speaking up for him. So he's going to have to go out there by himself and run it back again. And if they didn't give a damn last year, they didn't give a damn this year. And then when he got out there, they tried to hurt him. This is exactly what's happening in larger society. Nobody is speaking up. It's the people outside of the situation that's speaking up for Shedeur. And we happy? But where's the courage on the inside? Same thing with the Epstein file. Where's the courage on the inside to hold these people accountable? These are the same people. So for the black people like Myles Garrett, Jerry Jeudy, and Denzel Ward, who neutral on Shedeur or in Jerry Judy's case has done a whole 360 flip-flop, and they black. That's what I say. I mean, God give him the strength to do it, he gonna do it. But if he don't, then it's time to move on. And I'm going to, because I'm sorry. This is some bullshit. Like, it's obvious, right? It's just obvious. And you can't say shit about Coach Prime. They don't have no courage to speak up. They did the same shit with Cap. The same thing, only a few people. It's the same thing. Michael Parsons has some negative things to say about Shedeur. They say, I don't understand why they still saying he has to prove anything. Thank you. I'm like, really, Miles Garrett? They got to you over Kentucky Fried Chicken and Jimmy Kimmel? God damn. And this is why they say we don't stick together, because of them. They think because everybody like them. No, everybody don't like them. Everybody not like them. Everybody don't like them. I came back to this league with Shedeur. I swear to God, when he gone, I'm gone. I was watching basketball today. I think it was from yesterday. Bro, I ain't saying they some backstabbers. They ain't got no courage, bro. Like, they don't have no courage to stand up for each other. Like, it's disheartening. And I know how you feel, because I know how I feel. I'm like, really, Miles? They must have found something in his house. I don't know. So they low-key jealous. They not jealous. They not jealous. They cowards. They not jealous. They not jealous. They got their own fame. They got their own money. They stood up for him last year. This is what happens. This is how this league operates. They not jealous. They don't have the courage. That's what people, I was telling y'all about that a couple of weeks ago. I said, I remember people saying, when it comes to standing up for themselves, the NBA players got it, but the NFL players don't, and they don't stand up for each other. But you got Max Crosby, J.J. Watt, all standing up for Will Howard. They don't even, well, J.J. Watt probably played for Pittsburgh. Max Crosby don't play for Pittsburgh. He probably want to play for Pittsburgh, but he ain't got to say nothing. Even the coach talking about, and ain't nobody, and Shedeur sees that too. And Will Howard was drafted after him, and Ed Collins, he was 6th-round pick. Nobody is standing up for this kid. That's why I'm like, that might be about to close the door, Shedeur, because I think he's trying to show you why. Before he closed the door, I'm going to close it, because you don't want to be here. Between Abercrombie and Fitch, these people don't have no courage. Only the white people get spoken up for. They don't get called the 6th-round pick, and your black brothers ain't going to stand up for you. And they already kick your real brother out, so you ain't got nobody. Am I lying? No, I'm not. It's sickening. It's no different than these Epstein files and people not talking about it. Like this shit is normal. It's not normal. It's not normal what's happening to Shedeur. It's not normal what happened to those kids. Trump had 4,000 wire transfers. For what? For what? 4,000? Mentioned 38,000 times? And there's a picture of him with some little girls around, and he in his boxers and his undershirt, and there's people standing around, and the little girl walk up to him and get on his knees. You can figure out what happened next, right? She wasn't 14. She probably wasn't even 7. And there are thousands of videos that they refuse to release because they all contain children. And nobody will do anything. Nobody will do anything about Shedeur. Nobody will do anything about these kids. It's the same situation. So no, they're not jealous. They just cowards. They just cowards. That's just what it is. I'm with Emmitt Smith. Forget the crap. It said cut through the chase. Miles Garrett should have stepped up during the abuse. It said there were other players that treated grown better. Lukewarm isn't it? Yeah, that's just fine, right? It say flashes enough already. If you just finished playing in the Super Bowl XL, please, right? Flashes, bro. Flashes. Flashes? I don't like to predict what God is doing because can't nobody do that. But it's giving Shedeur really just, year one, you had to learn what this really was about. This is not about your father's personality. This was not about yours. This is about racism. And when you tie this into the Epstein files, and I know they know about the Epstein files, and I know they know who in the Epstein files from the NFL. And I did say it is very timely that they both kind of speaking out, right? And his response was his response when Shilo said that about coming to Cleveland and this, that, and the other. He was like, yeah, he was just, he deflated. Look at, bro, they cowards. And God might send him back in there. But then again, Shedeur might have one of them dreams. And, that's it. I think he getting tired of being used for likes and clicks. That's number one. Because he clearly could have celebrated his and Shiloh's birthday in California. He did not, and I'm so happy. I told y'all before, they too good for these people. They too good for these people. I feel sorry for him because he's so young. I swear, Lord, this is my child. I'll probably be in jail. I'm going to be like, now you see these not your friends. You see these not your friends. When you go back up there and you go to work, just going up there and do your job and ignore them. I'm like, if they say hi to you, fine, but don't hang out with them. That's all he's seeing. How these people really are, who he can trust and who he can't. You know what God is saying? When you go up there, don't trust nobody. And maybe with that Abercrombie & Fitch crap they got going on, streaming on Disney, since they in the Epstein files, and even Disney was called out, right, for its programming. Maybe that's what it needs to be. Just go up there, if God allows it, and just do you. And don't worry about nothing else. Don't hang out with these people. Don't be hugging on what's his name? And don't let Andrew Barry hug you. Don't let none of these people be touching on you. And these ain't your friends, these your co-workers. It's the work relationship. And they don't need to come to your house. That would be my message to my son. Trust me, that would be my message. If you got to go back up here, first of all, that's what I would say. If you have to go back up here, you go back up here with a mentality of trust no one. You don't go to their house. You don't go to dinner. You don't meet nobody they want you to meet. Stay to yourself. And I know it might seem lonely. Bring Shilo up here. Bring Florida up here. When they want to come hang out with you and play PS5, no. You got something else to do. You can't trust none of them. That's the only way he going to make it. If he go up there with that mentality. Because if he go up there trying to be nice to them people, they going to eat him in the back. So no. And you know what? How would he be mean to him? If it ain't about work, we ain't got nothing to talk about. What you doing this weekend, Shedeur? Not too much. Hell, I could be going to the south of France for 3 days and jumping off the cliffs into beautiful rivers. But I ain't telling you. Trust no one. That's the message. Shedeur, if you see this and you got to go back up there, trust no one. You heard what they said. You see they straddling the fence. You see they flip-flopping. Trust no one. If God send you back up there, you got a purpose. Trust no one. Don't let them know what you got going on. Don't let them go over your house. Don't hang out with them. Don't let them drive you nowhere. Don't let them fix you nothing. Don't eat from behind them. They not your friends. They just co-workers. You have a private self and you have a public self. Your public self and work, y'all go together. Private, keep your business to yourself. Don't let them meet nobody. Don't introduce them to nobody, and don't let them introduce nobody to you. Trust no one, because they have shown you what they're capable of, and you need to believe them. Trust no one, because they some busters. Every last one of them. And if somebody comes to you tonight, come over our house for dinner. No. You want to go have some drinks? No. You want to meet my sister? No. You want to play Xbox, PS5? No. What you doing this weekend? Not too much. And you could be going to the time of your life in a foreign country. And when you discuss your plans and how you feel, not them. Trust no one. That is the message from these conversations. Trust no one. And I mean that. And you will survive it. Trust no one. You can't trust none of them. I never thought any of them were 100%. It said they like Shedeur, but they going to do what they got to do, right? They don't have to do that. They don't have to do that. They don't have to do that. They don't have to sit up there. You know what? Don't even ask me that question, because I don't want to put it on like that. I'm cool with Shedeur. Yeah, they got an agenda, but I ain't got to partake in it. See, that's where people wrong. See, you don't have to do what you got to do. See, that's what's getting Jay-Z in trouble. That's why he threw him out in front of it first. First and foremost, he was always collateral damage. He was always collateral damage in their eyes. And they knew when they got in trouble, they was going to throw him in front of the bus. And that's what they did. Now, it's costing his wife. And you got people like, no, Jay-Z didn't do that. I say, hey, understand something. Jay-Z in way too many photos. Jay-Z and way too many photos on this goddamn house. With his clothes on, with Diddy. First of all, that's with Diddy. I'm like, so even if he didn't do what Epstein did and what Diddy did and all them other folks, he know about it. That's what's going on with the Clintons too, because you know something. You can't say. I'm gonna tell you, the podcast that I saw, you know what they called it 6 months ago? This is why nobody's doing anything. It's a bipartisan cover-up. Both sides are covering because they people are involved. The people in the global community could be doing the same thing. They just kicking them out. China said anybody caught with doing anything to a child, off with your head. It's that simple. And they did not like Epstein. They put it in print. They called him a dog. They had called him something else, but the word dog was after that. Trust no one, and he'll make it. That's what he's gonna have to do. Hey, how you doing, Faith? It said, listen to the Emmitt Smith. I watched it. Emmitt Smith was right, but he ain't in the lead. That's what I meant by it's the same situation. These are parallel situations happening at the same time, right? And it's to tell you that the people in the NFL are no different than the people that we're hearing about in the FC list because they own the list. So what you see happening over there and how people don't want to do anything about it for various reasons. Oh, these my friends. Oh, I'm afraid. Whatever the reason is, they don't want to do nothing about it. The NFL associated with the FC list, which means it is a microcosm of that orbit. So now they get into the people, everybody on the team before the season start. When Shedeur come back, he ain't the one. So I'm going to need you and all your talking points to be neutral. You can say something nice about it, but you need to leave it that he ain't the one because they're going to get somebody else. I don't care who it is. They're going to try to make Shedeur life a living hell. And Myles Garrett should feel guilty. And Denzel Ward is a snake. I don't care. Get mad. I'll tell him to his goddamn face. Because for him to be sitting up there talking about, yeah, he okay. You know, I picked him off a couple times. I'm like, so you doing what Myles Garrett did. Y'all backtracking just like Jerry Judy did. Snakes. Straight snakes. It ain't going to work out for neither one of them. I'm just going to put it out there. You're going to be all right. This is the hard lesson. This is the hard lesson because his father, even though we just talked about it yesterday, his journey was not as pristine as we thought it was, right? Look at how he was done in free agency. The same way Lamar was done. This is about Black people. And these people that Shedeur is finding out that that's what this is about. Right? But now it's round 2. It wasn't just Jerry Judy. That ain't the only Judas that's Black. So it's different when it's just the 2 linemen and the wide receiver. See, they're playing on defense. They don't even have no reason to do that. But they doing it. So now on round 2, trust no one. It ain't just the bosses and the coaches and the owner and the GM and the new coach and the wide receiver and the O-line and number 86 and 82. It's also the leaders on defense. And y'all don't even play on the same side of the ball. The people that were with you before are no longer with you. You're on your own. Trust no one. He on his own. Because if they got to Myles and Denzel and they the leaders on defense, who else is there? Trust no one. He on his own. It said Myles was never fully thrown in about. He was. Myles Garrett actually said, I will go to war with him. It's more of the post. That's why I'm like, really, Myles? You was going to go to war with Shedeur? I'm going to go to war with him any day. But now he got to prove himself. So you was going to go to war with somebody that was unsure. What the hell did they find in your house? Or is it the KFC commercial? Or is it the Jimmy Kimmel ad? You being on Jimmy Kimmel? What is it? Because how was you going to go to war with this man? And now, he was the last one on the field. So it's not that he good. He just was the last one on the field. But you can't trust none of them. It would be hard for me to go to work. If my coworker stabbed me in the back like that, I probably wouldn't make it. I would be looking for another job. I'm not saying when I would leave the current job, but I'm pretty sure I would be looking elsewhere. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I feel bad for him because he grew up with this thought process about the NFL. He even said he knew what his dad went through, but this worse than that. This The racism was last year, right? You a black quarterback, we don't want you. Okay, and you're gonna see that happen to other people. So you're gonna learn it ain't just you, and you probably know it ain't just you because the quarterbacks talk. But now you got more people who were with you flipping. That's a whole nother lesson right there. That is, you're on your own, trust no one. If God send you back in here, or if God closed the door, you too good for this. Let's keep it pushing. And it's gonna hurt because he planned for this his whole life. He know he's good enough. And yeah, they robbed. Now he can get the money back. Because if they kick him out, you better sue him. I swear, you better sue him. You better have a lawyer on speed dial right the hell now. If this happens, then this is the result I want. So I ain't worried about the money. It's functioning of seeing how things really go. See, he didn't know all this. I didn't even know all this. A lot of us didn't know all of this, right? We saw what happened with Colin Kaepernick. I was like, damn, they don't even want him to give down by black people. Screw that. Let's keep it pushing. Saw what happened to Lamar. I was like, and again, wasn't watching. And here we go with Shedeur. Oh, Michael Penix Jr. And I wasn't watching that nearly as intently as I was not invested like this. It was a Michael Penix Jr. was drafted. They got a black quarterback in Atlanta. I'm like, oh, okay. I saw a mention about him on social media that he was in training camp. I kind of watched it once or twice. Nothing like this. Nothing like this that you absolutely know beyond a shadow of a doubt what's going on. And you kind of can see how this going to go. So, yeah. He going to be all right. He going to be all right. I don't think they jealous. I don't think they jealous. They cowards. See, it's the difference. They not jealous of Shedeur, right? They not jealous of Shedeur. I mean, they all got money, right? They got more money than he got. So what the hell they jealous of? Miles Garrett made $90 million, $90 million, $60 million, $60 million, I think, a year, $40 million a year. They not jealous of Shedeur. They cowards. People need to accept the fact that these dudes are cowards. They don't stand up for each other, which is why they get treated like they do, because they don't stand up for each other. Everything that these people say about them, they say it because that's how they act. They cowards. And they don't stand up for each other. And that's why they get railroaded. They didn't stand up for Kaepernick. A few did. And then the NFL want to come back and apologize. But here you go again. Why do you think they apologize in 2020? Who's president? Why do you think they took in racism out the end zone when they got to New Orleans? Who's president? Okay, they placated. There's a whole email out there from Barclays CEO. Remember, Jay-Z helped Barclays integrate gentrify Brooklyn with their arena, right? So understand this. They've been coming to get Jay-Z because that was like, what, 2018, 2020? So before that, right, you had the Kaepernick thing in 2016. You had the NFL apologizing in 2020. In 2019, that's when they did the first contract with Jay-Z and Rock Nation to do the halftime show. Then after that, he was also hired to do social justice initiatives. Then after that is when they apologized. That's also when the Browns hired Stefanski. So the Browns knew what the NFL initiative was, and he was like, the hell with what y'all doing? I'm not changing nothing. That's why they gave away all them first round picks, so they didn't have to use them. And you couldn't go, well, why you not drafting what you need? Because they didn't want to get nobody black with that. They had no problem with giving up them picks. Absolutely none. They haven't wanted to win since then. They haven't. And they snubbed the black quarterbacks that they rotated in 2023. And you saw what they did to Baker Mayfield just for the sole purposes of having space to punish after retaliating against and paying him $230 million, Deshaun Watson. An insurance company is paying his salary. And somebody actually came into the comments, I forgot who it was, and said, they probably paying his salary for 2 years. I said, well, there you go. That explains why it is when we came to the table with Shedeur, all we heard about Deshaun was he has played his last snap in the NFL, which explains why his wife said, let's relocate to Italy because we free to go. So he ain't playing because They paid his salary to the tune of $46 million. And I'm willing to believe that was for 2 years. Because I can't see that being for no 1 year. But it could have been. And they said they get the money. It covered the 2025 season, but they get the money in 2026. But it didn't say it was for 2 years, though. It just said it covered his 25 salary. So maybe they're going to say he hurt again and get some more money. So they got plans for Deshaun to be where he is. They got plans for Shedeur to be making his life harder. And they probably getting ready to get either Trinidad Shambliss in the draft, somebody they can dispose of easily, or Malik Willis in free agency. Again, somebody black. I don't care where they get them from, that they could dispose of easily, because did y'all hear Peyton Manning's name at all associated with Epstein files or the Super Bowl this weekend? You know why? If you have not, it is because they have not changed their plans. These people are waiting for this situation to blow over. They were supposed to, the Epstein files were late. They should have been out. They waited until Super Bowl weekend because they knew. They knew. That's why they let Bad Bunny do the halftime show. That's why they had Coco doing the anthem. That's why they had Method Man taking the pictures. They knew. They even had Jalen Hurts, who they tried to bench. They even had him out there. You see how they had all these black people and Bad Bunny? Because they knew the Epstein files was coming out. So the white people mad with us. So let me draw y'all close. See, that's what they do every single time. Let me placate y'all. Barclays CEO, whatever the hell that man is that own Barclays, right? This financial services firm, but they own that damn stadium arena. You know what he said in the email? He was talking to Epstein about why they working with Jay-Z. Right. This was like 2014, 2016. Because I was like, Jay-Z hadn't even done the whatever. But the point is, he was around. He said to placate the black people. That's what he said. It's in there. That's exactly what he said. To placate the black people. What he was talking about before that, he was talking about TV commercials during the Super Bowl featuring black men and white women. He said the reason we're not in them is to placate black people. Then he was talking about something happening in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And he said the people that should be out in the streets have been handled have been bought off by Jay-Z. So I read that a couple of times because people tried to say that was this Super Bowl, but it said Sao Paulo. And I'm like, they don't play the Super Bowl in Sao Paulo. So what the hell are they talking about? Whatever the hell it was they was trying to talk about. They were saying the reason why they feature black people, why they working with Jay-Z, why they bring in black people is to bring, that's what it was, to bring the black people back to the NFL after Kaepernick. That's why Jay-Z was signed in 2019. Colin Kaepernick was 2016. Jay-Z was signed 2019. The NFL apologized in 2020. Jay-Z's job has been social justice in the halftime show. When Trump came into office, they was at the New Orleans Super Bowl. They took in racism out the end zone. They switched up their social justice narrative away from in racism. Now, with the Epstein files coming out, something they were fully aware of that Jay-Z was knew this guy, whatever. They knew what it was going to be. They used that, even though there are 9 owners and Peyton Manning and Geno Smith mentioned, and Casey Wasserman, who was the chairman of the Olympics, by the way, coming up in 2028. Even though all of them are associated with the NFL, they only unfollowed Jay-Z. Can you figure out why? Maybe we want to end his contract early and we don't want him to do the rest of the Super Bowls. Why would they throw only Jay-Z under the bus? So they knew when they started working with Jay-Z and they brought him into the fold, they knew he was going to always be collateral damage at some point. And they brought him to bring us in. And they feel like he bought us off and whatever he say, we going to do. I said, it don't work like that, buddy. We don't give a damn about Jay-Z like that. I'm like, people like his wife. I don't think they even like him like that. But that's what they think. And remember, the excuse has always been to go along with what Jay-Z's doing because he's playing chess and not checkers. Have you seen him intervene where Shedeur was concerned? Have you seen any of these owners, including Magic Johnson, these limited partners, Charles Woodson, have any of them intervened where Shedeur was concerned? There is nobody, just Jesus. So we're going to see what Jesus do. But we're going to have to keep lifting our guy up because it's going to get hard. It's going to get hard. So they're not jealous. I say later for Miles too. I'm out on him. It said, I love Emmitt Smith broke it down. Yeah, no, Emmitt, he said it, but he's on the outside. Where are the people closer to the situation on the inside? You see, they got them handled. That's why they think Jay-Z got us handled. They don't understand. You paying them. Jay-Z ain't paying us a damn thing. That's why I wasn't watching that. I was supposed to be going to dinner. And we were talking. And they were like, well, the game going to be on when we going. I'm like, I'm out. I'm out. I don't want to see it. And it was like, well, I want to see the halftime show. I'm like, I'm out. I'm out. Nope. I'm out. And that's why. Because they're only using us to shield them from the Epstein files. Because we ain't paying attention. Just like they used Shedeur to shield them from the drop of the Epstein files in the Pro Bowl. And use Coach Prime in the celebrity game. All of that was to distract us away from the Epstein files. And what happened today? By the time the halftime show came on, by the time the game went off, Instagram had changed from talking, the algorithm pushed out the Epstein conversation, and all people was doing was talking about the goddamn Super Bowl. That's why I don't want to watch it. Understand this. Zuckerberg owns Facebook, I do believe WhatsApp, as well as Instagram. Elon Musk is X. They just got TikTok under U.S. control. They knew exactly what was going to happen when the Super Bowl happened today. They knew to drop the Epstein files, which were late, Super Bowl week, because the Super Bowl was supposed to be the opiate of the masses, kind of like church. Something you're going to do regardless of what's going on. And that's what happened. That's what happened. Mama Tia said, you probably could go live and get 10,000. I said, that's the sacrifice I'm going to make because I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it because that's what they wanted us to do. And they still treat Shedeur dirty. So hell no. No. To hell with them. I hope they all go to jail. Let's just be honest. So that's just what it is. It's that the Sanders family have mogul plans. Yep, I hope so. It's that I don't like it. Everyone else got a placement. What? Yeah, that's facts. And again, and they know what they doing. When I read to y'all how well they were speaking of Will Howard, they have never referred to him as a 6th round pick. They know what they doing. And Max Crosby knows Shedeur. So he over there gloating about Will Howard. His teammates, Will Howard teammates, are gloating about Will Howard. Will Howard's coach is gloating about Will Howard. None of that has ever, you would think Shedeur did something to these people. And they want him to feel bad. The only reason I feel bad is because I know it was his dream. And I have kids. So I know what it's like when they dream for something and they work hard and they get cheated. It's just like that little French girl, Saria Bonnerly, who did really well in the Olympics. And they still gave her medal to somebody who wasn't black. And she cried and she took that medal off. And it hurt. Because you're robbing them. And then some dude did a flip like she did. And they gave him a standing ovation today in Olympics or yesterday. But this Olympic cycle, people said, well, when Saria Bonnerly did it, it was outlawed, but he could do it. You see? So Will Howard, they don't degrade him for being picked after Shedeur in the 6th round. But they degrade Shedeur. And Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward and Jerry Jeudy and everybody else that's on that team that's black is buying into it. The Jim Crow. Black people in the NFL that are active in the NFL have bought into the Jim Crow system of white people can do it, but black people can't. And shame on them. None of them have courage. So I wasn't happy with what he said at all. I'm only watching it for 12 facts because we wasn't even watching it when he wasn't playing. So, yep, that's it. Later for the slick stuff, facts. It said, why is he the only QB labeled needed to repeatedly play reindeer gladiator game competition? Because here's the thing. You can't say it's Z Black. I'm waiting to hear. I'm waiting to hear. Let me see what happened. I want to hear the narrative. I want to hear the narrative about everybody else that's black that's coming back. I want to hear the narrative. I want to hear the narrative about Cam Ward. Shedeur was the only rookie quarterback to be rookie of the week, and now he got to still prove himself. The rest of them never achieved that. But he got to prove himself because that's what they want. And nobody will stand up for him. Trust no one. And I mean, no one. Hell, matter of fact, go on up there to HR and change your address. I don't care if you don't move, just change it. Trust no one. No one. Yep, trust no one. That's facts. It said maybe Miles' hair hurts. It might. It's something, but I'm like, bruh. It said Miles will rub his face and look exhausted anytime they asked him about Shedeur, even if he had a good answer. Oh, okay, so that's why you said that. It said after the fallout of the Epstein files, we will see who will be left standing. It's time for a reaping. It sure is. It sure is, bro. It's jumpsuits. It's orange jumpsuits everywhere. Because, they fought this as hard as they did because it's that bad. It's that bad. You got Japan protesting, and this ain't got nothing to do with them. Japan? I was just talking about how they quiet. I mean, outside of Hiroshima, but I'm just saying. Japan is upset. I don't even know if it was nobody in there from Japan. Saudi, they don't never say nothing. They rule with iron fist over there. They didn't give a damn. But over here, the Super Bowl, and that's why people were going around putting up on the walls the PEDO Bowl, because that's what it was. That's what it was. And they wanted us this time. See, they knew that, because for one, you got to think about it. Think about the children that they ate. The children that they ain't like us. It was their kids. And somebody said, let me get this straight. They told y'all to hate black people so they could eat y'all's kids. Facts. When your kid go to school and they take the first day of school pictures, remember the company Life Touch and now Shutterfly? They gave all of that data and them photos to Epstein. Anything, Chuck E. Cheese CEOs on the list, anything related to young people and children is a pipeline of bodies that they have access to. People said, why does it seem like Jeffrey Epstein rules the world? Somebody said, because it seemed like he does. That man is not dead. Somebody said Israel wanted Trump to go to war with Iran and he refused, so they released the Epstein files. I don't think that's what happened. The Epstein files are late. They waited. And it should tell you how many people is involved. They got a judge told them to put this out by such and such a date. They defied it. They put it out Super Bowl week, and that's why they went and got Shedeur. But now Shedeur got to prove himself. Like Evan Smith said, well, why the hell was he in the damn Pro Bowl? People think likes and clicks. No, distraction. Shedeur is the most Google athlete in the world. One of the most Google athletes in the world. Distraction. Myles Garrett has always been selfish and low-key jealous. You thought he was? I didn't think he was jealous. I didn't. I have posts of him speaking highly of Shedeur on the sideline, showing emotion and excitement when Shedeur did well. He was standing up for Shedeur, but it seemed like the Kentucky Fried Chicken and the whole Jimmy Kimmel was just too much for him. Just too much for him. It said, I am sick of these cold ones. Yeah. And here's the thing. That's all they want. They thought that's what Travis was. See, they ain't know Travis. They do this so much. They just knew that they could pit Travis against Shedeur. That's what they thought. They tried it at Colorado. And what did Shedeur say? I'm not worried about the Heisman. Because see, the draft used to be about talent. Only in 2025, the draft wasn't about talent. Understand this. Just the draft the year before, Michael Penix Jr. got drafted in the first round because he's talented. They set him up when he got over there. But they drafted him where he belonged. See, they switched it all the way up because of 17 to 32, and Shedeur was 17. Cam got in because if they wouldn't have took Cam, it would have been obvious they were being racist. So they know there's consequences for racism, but they still doing it. And they don't think nobody gonna say nothing. And so far, the people on the inside ain't saying nothing. It's coming from the outside. Let's see if they care. They don't seem to care about the Epstein files. They seem to take Black people and make them the collateral damage. They trying to justify why they fired somebody for taking paternity leave 3 years ago when they firing him because he Black. Because they don't want to say we racist out loud because they done took the time to pull all of us close to look. See, that wouldn't have worked before the Super Bowl if it would have came out, oh, they being racist. Of course, that's what they being. That's what they being with Shedeur, and they blame Coach Prime. That's their MO. Fire the Black guy and blame them for it. Yeah. And the people in the NFL, I told y'all, they enable this behavior. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Jerry Jeudy, KT Levison, and what's the other one? Cam Robinson. Them all the Black people I can think of that was problematic and now problematic. It was 3, now it's 5. They enabling the Jim Crow in the NFL. So when it's their turn, I want to see what they're gonna do. Yeah, they enabling it. It said, are the Seahawks still selling their team? First of all, let me explain that story again. The owner who died, Paul Allen, he's deceased. He in the Epstein files, by the way, but he died. His sister was left the team in the will, right? And she is adamant that she's not selling nothing, but they're trying to take it from her. They want to take the team from her. I don't know why, other than she a woman. And if you look at the Epstein files, they don't have no respect for women at all. No sorts. They even talked about how Epstein snubbed Ghislaine Maxwell in his will. They trying to take the team from her because they want to give it to somebody else. So they treating her like she irrelevant, so she fighting them on it. So I heard Jeff Bezos is who they want to give it to because it's going to benefit them to have him. So they want to take the team from her because she don't benefit them. And she a woman. Now, remember, 53% of white women voted for Trump. That means they voted against women's rights. And now when they see who was kidnapped, it looked just like them. So there you go. She said, we don't do our magic for people who doesn't deserve it. Oh, yeah. Ms. Schwartz, it said, was talking about Bucky, about loyal trust. In other words, he's earned it. Oh, yeah, facts. You know, Bucky has definitely earned it. He's definitely earned it, but they using him. Understand that, right? Well, we don't have nothing against the Sanders. No, we're not racist. See, Bucky. See, what people don't understand is Bucky's not a threat. He's not a threat. Shedeur is a threat. Why? Why is Coach Prime a threat? See, that's the two that are targeted because they're both threats. Coach Prime is a threat as a college coach because not one, he has influence. 2, he keeps sending people. He sent 14 people off of a 9-3 record. Imagine what's going to happen if he was to win the Big 12 or at least just go, right? Or make the playoffs. He would have even more influence. He was already listed as one of the most influential college coaches. So the NFL is doing its part to make sure that he don't have no influence. And Shedeur is a threat because, like Lamar, he's elite. Lamar and Shedeur have 2 different quarterback styles. And both, Lamar put up 4,000 yards in the air and 900 on the ground. Shedeur can put up 393 per game if he had an O-line. They don't want that. That's why they're changing the way the game is being played towards a check down king. If some people can't beat his captain, they'll sink the whole ship. Understand this. The fans ain't gonna want to see no check down kings at all. But they don't care. As long as the majority of the quarterbacks are white, they do not give a damn what the fans want. So we're gonna have to see what God does this season because it's starting off bad. It's starting off bad. It says CP coached a flag football game in San Francisco and left. Oh, okay, so he wasn't there for the Super Bowl. Okay. So was Karuchi there? Did she have her event? Her event must have been yesterday. Because I thought I saw her sitting there when, unless that wasn't her, when Method Man came in there. So okay, that's good. He went back to school. Okay. Everyone had to see this. It said there must be a separation between us and them. It said Don goes everywhere Shilo goes now. Oh, okay. And Studsville goes with Shedeur. Started out with the other guy. Yeah, CP was a coach at the flag football game. Thank you for that, Destiny. Thank you. It said Method Man and Coach Prime have history when he played for the New York Yankees. I heard them say they DM each other. Okay, that's good insight. Thank you, Ramon. It said, I noticed the white guy hasn't been around since the robbery. Seems suspicious. I just thought Shedeur switched out before that, actually. Let me know what y'all think, but I thought Studsville came on before that. It said, have you noticed that Joku is staying very quiet? Yeah. You know why, right? Because this is his contract year. This is his contract year. And what happened? He gravitated towards Shedeur early on. And what happened? They kind of moved him to the side and they let Harold Fanning Jr. get all the love. And then they moved him out the way. They moved both of them out the way to get to 86 and Brenda Bates. And y'all saw what Canales did. So, that's what Shedeur, those kind of thoughts are the ones that's going to be coming back in his head. But here's the thing about Shedeur. If that's what God wants him to do, he's going to do it. And he's going to do it with his head held high. And it's going to be 21 million people and counting there to support him. That's facts. Because it matters. That's why they keep in the offseason talking about the fan base. To hell with you. You can't tell us who to support. Mind your damn business. It said, I believe Shedeur has a plan B. I think so too. I think he and Coach Prime do. Studsville drives for Shedeur. Oh, I thought Florida drove for Shedeur. I thought it was Florida. Okay. I just thought Studsville was the guy from Jackson State that did the videography. It said David Studsville is a friend of Shedeur. Studstill or Studstill? Is it Studstill? They played together at JSU. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it on the screen for people that want to know who he is. He's also the videographer though, right? Been friends since Jackson State. Is he black? Yes, he's black. Yes, he's black. It said that was last night with Method Man. It said Coach was back at CU today. He showed a video. Okay, watching the game. So he wasn't there. Shout out to Coach Prime. Shout out to Coach Prime. Shout out to Coach Prime. Shout out to Shedeur. So they made a decision. And they probably had that decision before they went down there. So they handled business and got the hell on. That's good. That's real good. This is his YouTube. I put it on the page. Amber, because he normally posts about Shedeur's content as well. Yeah, it's too much hate. Too much hate. And sometimes the black people are worse than white. No, they the same. I mean, I know what it seems worse. It seems worse because they shouldn't be going along with that. Right? Because it's like what's that whole thing that DeMaurice Smith said? They are forced into an aggressive type of submission, aggressively forced into submission. That's what we're seeing with Myles Garrett. He being forced into submission even before we get back to Cleveland, which means Shedeur going back to Cleveland. Because why else are you out here? And it will make people think he's saying that on his own. No, he's not. Because the way they frame the response is the same for Denzel Ward. Say something positive, then you leave it on the negative note. It's the same thing. They basically saying the same thing. And they know Myles is the leader, right? So that's the message to Shedeur. They let him know when he get back, he don't have nobody. If God open that door, Shedeur gonna go in there and hold his head up high. Just trust no one. If he trusts no one, you know what? I don't know about y'all, but at work, I don't really get chubby with my coworkers. I don't do that. Because I don't trust them like that. I don't. Because if you need them, they're not gonna be there. So I don't need you kicking in my face. And when something go off, I can't call you because you don't want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to say nothing because I don't want to mess up what I got. Then we don't even need to talk. Trust no one. Trust no one. Trust no one. That's just what it is. It's that, remember, they do things in plain sight. There you go, Vermont. That's and people need to take that into consideration when we going into this season. They like to do things in plain sight. Remember that, right? They love to send messages. They love to send messages. Mind manipulation. It doesn't take much. I mean, I don't think we that easy to flip. I don't think all of us can be put in the same category because I ain't no simp like that. I mean, I see the shit coming. So I ain't gonna let you do it to me. So I don't think you can put all of us in the same category. But some people, when it comes to money, are easily manipulated. But again, that's not everybody. Because some people actually know all money is not good money. So I would never generalize like people like that. I would never do that because I know too many people who ain't down with the bullshit. It's that Denzel don't fool around. Yep. And it's a contract year for Njoku. I don't know about Denzel Ward, but I noticed he was different after he got benched for them, 2 games? And that's why they do it, right? Wyatt Teller was supposed to be upset. Did they even let him ever come back? They let Denzel come back. They sure did. And I remember him on the podium talking about, well, no, Coach Stefanski, it's not just on him. Yeah, it is. And that's what they wanted, right? And that's what people like Shedeur got to be careful how he answers the questions. And if, understand, they doing all of this to make him submit. They're doing all of this, putting out, we in the offseason, why are you putting this out here? They letting him know you don't have no support here. They doing all of this to make him submit, to make him be comfortable as a backup and don't want to compete, to be this, just be Geno Smith, basically. And that ain't good because he on the Epstein list. So it said, did he also learn from Clive Davis? Yeah. Oh, people thought that he was pictured somewhere, but they said it was Woody Allen. It wasn't Clive Davis. I'm not saying Diddy didn't learn from Clive Davis, but let me just say this. When you read what's happening, how they had the situation out there on the island, it was Diddy's house. The oils, the cameras, all of it. It was the same thing. And for the same reason, to get stuff on people, right? So did he learn from Clive Davis? Yes. But again, I think Epstein bought that island in 99 or something like that. 98, something like that. They say, go watch SpongeBob and you'll never look at it the same. I think SpongeBob or the island came on in 98. SpongeBob came out in 99. They said, go watch SpongeBob and you're going to see the island. And I was like, you got to get the hell out of here. That's why they said a lot of these shows that people thought like The Simpsons were predictive. Oh, they knew what was going on. It's letting you know that only a few people run this country, and it's not the people you elected. Denzel was talking to someone, and Jay-Z was trying to diffuse the conversation he was having with someone. I don't know. They feel like Denzel Ward didn't want to talk to Jay-Z because he found out about some things. I don't even know when that was taken. It said Cat Williams' interview exposed Hollywood before and on the Shannon Sharp show before Diddy was arrested. Yep. Did y'all see the episode of, what's his name? Club Shay Shay, when he had Gilly on there and what he was saying about Jay-Z? I didn't see that. He was talking about Jay-Z never smiles in photos if it's not with the other billionaires. When he would, they have, how Jay-Z have that luncheon and stuff. They say he's never in a photo smiling. But when he around all the billionaires, people, he relaxed and he's smiling. So basically, Gilly was saying that he built whatever they got $1 million worth of game on their own. They didn't need nothing from Jay-Z. And somebody else put out music and they said, I didn't need Jay-Z. So everybody else must have go to Jay-Z or whatever. So if you go back and watch Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp had on Gilly, who's the Philadelphia Eagles, right? That's the Philadelphia Eagles owner. And he was talking about it. I was like, damn, I never even heard this before. So it's like different people have been talking about the whole Jay-Z situation. And I just wonder how he feels now that he essentially was being used and participating in luring his own people, basically. exploiting them for these people. And these people threw him in front one hell of a bus. Him and Pusha T. And I think it goes to what we say all the time, when it came to Shedeur's situation and how people would flip, and we like, all right, you letting people use you, you giving them leverage, right? So they have leverage on Jay-Z, and to save themselves, they threw his ass under the bus. Now, something about he gonna have $100 million defamation lawsuit. I'm like, the people you hang out with or the people that's gonna make the decision, right? I want to see where they go, because it's like he think there's a separate society happening here. I'm like, the people on the left and the right are all involved in this. That's why ain't nobody doing that. Because people like, well, this person gonna be in trouble if you do it, and this person gonna be in trouble, and they're on different sides of the aisle. So when he filed his $100 million lawsuit for defamation, because I think his lawyers got something taken down about him, who gonna be the judge? You know all of these people because you hang out with them. So I don't know. It's like basically they said he did the luncheon to come back and make sure he keep the people on tap that are Black that he need to come back, and he the king, and they want to run to him and stuff like that. But Gilly was like, he never bought into that. That's what he's saying. So, I don't know. I think these people did learn from one person. I think Diddy learned from his dad. I think Diddy learned from a lot of people. But you can see the things that Diddy did are also from Epstein Island. And I think Diddy was too young and he learned from them. Of course, he learned from his father. Of course, he learned from Clive Davis. He also learned from, what's the guy that's deceased? Andre Harrell. He learned from him too. He learned from a lot of people. But the point is, you could see when you're reading the files, when you're reading what's out there and listening to how things were set up. And there are people saying it, damn, that's just like Diddy. And then now they're showing photos with Diddy on the island with Jay-Z and Epstein. So he learned from all of them, right? And he did what he did, feeling like there will be no consequence because he was in cahoots with them. And there's no consequence right now. So, yep. That's just what it is. It's that Miles and Denzel on some sucker stuff. I agree with mine. I'm sorry, but Shedeur got to go out there, and Shedeur better than a lot of them quarterbacks. When Shedeur said, I proved I could dominate, he wasn't lying. They just don't want him. And Shedeur is under the guys. If God want me to go out here, I'm going to do it. And he might get to a point where he don't want to do it. But see, that's the thing. When you start following Christ, you can't give up if that's what God wants you to do. So he might get to a point where he like, okay, I'm just doing this because God want me. And the way he move, you're gonna see it. But when he go back there, or from this moment on, it's trust no one. It's trust no one. Them your coworkers, and you treat them like your coworkers. You keep your personal business private, and you don't hang out with them. Just go out there, do your job, and keep it pushing. Bring your people with you. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's what you do. It said, Shedeur, my sons, I will have a long talk with him. I mean, if you're following Christ, you can have a long talk with him, Tina. But at the same time, when you make that commitment like he has, and you could tell that he has, because I know there were times he wanted to give up. When you make that commitment, you as a parent can't tell them to close the door that God opened. You can't do that. You just can't do it. Because you telling them, listen to me and not listen to God. And that's how you get separated from your children. So you can't do that. And I'm sure there were times Coach Prime may have wanted him to walk away. And, Shedeur was like, well, that's why Coach Prime said, I'm really proud of him with his walk with God because he's closer to God. I'm like, facts. And there's a reason why he has to have that. And it could transcend what's going on in NFL, but it also could be strengthening him to survive for however long God wants him to survive this. Sometimes that's why I think he is going to transcend this situation. So, I mean, we could talk to our kids all day, but if they follow the Christ, we got to let them do what they're going to do and just be there to support. Miles Garrett home was robbed too. It said they were after him from the jump. Facts. And I think he gave in. He gave in. That's just it. He gave in. He gave in. Where was Miles doing the abuse? He never once stood up. I mean, from what I understood, there was a lot that happened behind the scenes. We don't know. I know Miles Garrett had that interview. I think I did a show about it. It was him and Denzel Ward and Jerry Judy and Tommy Reese. They all was saying Shedeur was ready. He was developed, blah, 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 blah. Miles Garrett was saying that Shedeur went to meet to what's his name? Stefanski's office, and they could see him in there. And he took the initiative to do that. And I don't know who told him to do it, but it was a good thing to do because Stefanski was ignoring him, right? But if you take the initiative and you go to him, and I remember they asked Stefanski about, do players take the initiative? And he said, yeah, but be where your feet are. That was the day Shedeur was giving away the car to the lady on his off time. See, Stefanski wasn't gonna never give Shedeur a fair opportunity, and he's not gonna give Michael Penix Jr. an opportunity. I told people, I said, you do know that was he was sent there to do what he did already. People just gonna have to learn for themselves. Sometimes people's love for the game of football transcends rationality. When there's a pattern of behavior, you don't ignore that. It's there for a reason. So I can't even entertain the Falcons because we already told him what it's gonna be, and we hear him saying it. Oh, it's already starting. I'm not checking back in on that. The internet is lit up. Of course, it's lit up because it's the Super Bowl over with now. The Super Bowl is over now. So at Monday, they supposed to be putting out the redacted version of the files. The Ghislaine Maxwell lady is supposed to be in front of Congress, and she probably gonna take the fifth. Then again, she might talk. I don't know. Then at the end of the month, the Clintons supposed to testify. I don't know what's gonna happen in the middle. The lights probably gonna go out at some point because we at the point where the files are out there. Oh, the unredacted version, but they still have videos. Notice you haven't really seen any videos, maybe one or two. They said there are thousands because they, just like Diddy's house, recorded all of that stuff. So did Epstein. So they got all in videos they haven't released. And somebody, I think supposed to be the U.S. Attorney said it's because there's children in it. So they don't want to release it. I don't know what they're going to do, but the lights might go out at some point. You know how I love that favorite meme with, what is his name? The guy, Dave Chappelle. I love, and they, did y'all know they got to him? Not on the Epstein list, but about wearing the dress. We're going to come back to that. I didn't know that because he talks about wearing a dress in his stand-up. It just proves the longer you're around, they're going to get to you. That's what it proves. No matter how much you protest. That's why I said it'd be interesting to see what happens with Shedeur. Hopefully he transcends this. But it just kind of shows that when he had that little meme when he was sitting at the table and it was some kind of meeting going on at a conference table and his people was behind him, and I guess they was asking him questions, he created a distraction. He took the water, threw it on the table, and got up and ran. So that's where the whole cybersecurity crash coming across the nation with no social media and the blackouts. Remember, if you saw the explainer video, and if you see it again on social media, you should know exactly where we are in this process. And you should know when the whole cyber attack would happen and when the lights will go out, because there are things that people are fighting tooth and nail to not put out. It was reported today that Trump was reaching out to other countries, the dignitaries in other countries, asking them not to talk about the Epstein files because people are starting to protest around the world. Yeah. So the pressure from outside is starting to get loud. Let's see if that happens for Shedeur. If the pressure from the outside get loud enough, because the people on the inside don't have the courage. They just don't have the courage. And I can't say I'm disappointed in either one of them, but I don't like it. And I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat it and act like he's saying Shedeur got QB1. That ain't what the hell he's saying. He shouldn't be saying that at all. And he should be saying, I don't know why nobody can't formulate out their own mouth the same stuff that they saying about Will Howard. Oh, his development is good. We was excited what we saw about him. We can't wait to see his further development. They ain't saying that. They not doing that. They're not right, bro. And it's funny how white players don't do that to white players. White coaches don't do that to white players. But you got white coaches doing it to black players and black players doing it to black players. That's the whole goddamn disconnect. Y'all are the majority. Y'all the majority, the players. The Players. And you keep letting these people turn y'all against one another. It's hard to respect that. You can't respect that. You can't respect that. And yet nobody goes to start their own league. So there you go. There you go. John Michael Basquiat is the artist that Jay-Z started wearing his hair like him. Go check it out. People say Jay-Z was part of the... you talking about the locks. You talking about the locks. Yeah. You talking about the locks. I will talk to him to see what he wants to do. He's a grown man. I mean, yeah, Coach Prime, Coach Prime talked to Shedeur. I mean, he said it. He said, and I wonder if they ever gonna tell the full story of the things that actually happened. Coach Prime is very calculated. He put that out there for a reason. Oh, we didn't know that, right? So, but that they talk. I'm pretty sure that's how he got through. It wouldn't surprise me if Coach Prime was the one that told him, look, take the initiative and start going to his office. He might. Somebody did. Because he's very young. So somebody came up with it. Instead, a former University of Utah player, Devin Green, is suing coaches, administrators for allegedly discriminated against him because he has diabetes. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, you got to stand up for yourself. It said, just look up the Dave Chappelle, Oprah Winfrey interview. Shedeur's QB1 hands down. Yeah, he QB1. And not because he was the last person on the field, because he's proven himself. And it's a shame Myles Garrett don't have the courage to say that, but he's going to learn. He'll learn. But what I was saying about Dave Chappelle, I remember Dave Chappelle talking about they want you to wear a dress in Hollywood, it's humiliating and stuff like that. And he said he would never do it. Well, somebody showed a video that he was in. He was very young. And they said, well, I guess he changed his mind. He was actually older when he said he wouldn't do it. So I was like, is this real? Because in the skit he was in, he was wearing a dress. So I don't know. I guess it's just how bad you want it, right? I don't know. But Cat Williams didn't lie. That's all I'm going to say. Cat Williams did not lie. And I want y'all, when y'all think about gatekeepers, right? When y'all start thinking about gatekeepers, I want you to think about, when you think about the Black gatekeepers, most of them are male. Who are the female gatekeepers? Are y'all going to say like Oprah? Who else is it? Is it just her? Is she really a gatekeeper? Who are the female? Who are the Black female gatekeepers? And then we're going to get out of here. I'm just curious. Because I know when you say the male gatekeepers, people are going to say Diddy. They're going to say Kevin Hart, right? Tyler Perry. Those three. Tyler Perry, Kevin Hart, and Diddy. I can't think of nobody else that you have to go through. And Ice Cube talked about it, that Black people, they have to deal with the gatekeepers, right? So when you think about the women in the industry who are Black, who are the gatekeepers? People going to say Oprah. Anybody else? I can't think of nobody else. I don't know. I think Oprah and Tyler Perry are on the same footing, meaning they all have their own production studios. They all have big deals with like other big entities. So I would definitely say Tyler Perry and Oprah, but beyond Oprah, who else is it? Whoopi. Oh, you think Whoopi Goldberg is a gatekeeper? Interesting. Okay. That's it. I guess that's it, huh? Would y'all say Beyonce was a gatekeeper? She doesn't give me gatekeeper vibes. Instead, I always felt Gayle King and Oprah go together. A lot of people say that. Oprah and Beyonce. Yeah, I could kind of see that. That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if it's Oprah. Somebody said Whoopi. Could be Oprah, Whoopi, Beyonce. Maybe those three. I guess Jay-Z is a gatekeeper. I never thought about him. He's a 4. So that's 4 for the men. So it's not that many women. I guess. And Rihanna, she don't seem like a gatekeeper, but she's a billionaire. I never really thought of her as a gatekeeper though. But Kevin Hart is definitely a gatekeeper. Just in case you didn't know. He definitely is a gatekeeper. When you saw him pop up on Kai Cenat streams, that was the beginning of the end right there. They kept sending all them Hollywood people, and now they went and found something else for him to do. So we have a lot of gatekeepers, don't we? We have a lot of gatekeepers. Sorority houses. Oh, that could be gatekeepers. It said Beyonce has issues with Rihanna. Yeah, because of Jay-Z. It said now Whoopi calls out too many people that's to be a gatekeeper. Okay, so y'all don't. Okay, so let's just go with Oprah, Beyonce. She don't give me gatekeeper vibes. She just don't give me gatekeeper vibes. But we definitely don't go Oprah. Whoopi does kind of stand up for people. Yeah, I will say that. She does call stuff out. I can't think of nobody else other than them two. Rihanna doesn't seem like a gatekeeper. Beyonce seemed to put a lot of people on. I'm not going to say she's a gatekeeper. Look at all these HBCU bands she put out there, and when she does her show, all of these dancers. So I'm not going to say she's a gatekeeper. I'm going to just go with Oprah. I'm going to just go with Oprah. You know why I would go Oprah? Oprah had a magazine. Remember she had a magazine called Oh, She Might Still Do? You know everybody that was associated with that magazine at the top was white. Yep. Everybody. Which is crazy. It said the Dogs, Pounds Daily listed Judy Tiller, Conklin, Dylan Gabriel, and they should not let them return in 2026. Oh, one of the podcasts? Okay, that's interesting. Kris Kardashian, definitely a gatekeeper. I forget about her. Definitely a gatekeeper. She not black, but yeah, for sure. All political figures. Yeah, I would say that too. So, see, that's one of the problems, right? We have people like Coach Prime, he put a lot of people on. Like we talk about Ty Stewart, right? Mama T, right? You could just count the people over and over and over. And that's when I think about Beyonce. You know, she got all the HBCU bands, all of the dancers. You know, she don't really give gatekeeper vibes. In fact, from what I've heard, she got to go through a lot of BS on how they kind of treat her on her show. Like she has to fight for what she wants on her own tour. So that's why I don't really call her a gatekeeper, because she kind of gets some of the crap too, right? But on the male side, it seems like it's really hard for the men to kind of crack through too. So, but the women, I was just trying to think of who was it besides Oprah, but it's kind of just her. I can't really, well, Kris, she not black. I meant black people. I was just trying to think, because they say black people always have to deal with the gatekeepers. But Jay-Z is a gatekeeper though. If you say Diddy, you have to absolutely say Jay-Z, especially now that he's popping up in both the Diddy situation and popping up in the, and I don't know which one of them brought the other one to the table. I sometimes feel like Diddy was at the table and Jay-Z came along, but then again, it could have been Jay-Z first and then Diddy, but Diddy seemed like he'd been like Epstein for a long time. So I don't know how them two got involved. But I think Trump used to hang out with Diddy. That's what it was. Trump used to hang out with, remember Trump used to hang out with the rappers and stuff? He used to hang out with Diddy. That's where that come from. And then Jay-Z must have got in. Blackball people. Oprah has been known to try to blackball people, including Tyler Perry. Nicki Minaj, interesting. Ray J, interesting. Ellen, for sure. Gabriel, who married Dwayne Wade. Oh, you think Gabrielle Union is a Ellen DeGeneres is definitely a gatekeeper, facts. And she can't be trusted from what I heard. Yeah, Gabrielle Union. Y'all think she a gatekeeper? Maybe so. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Well, they said she'll use her salaries from the movies that she does, and she'll pay the cast. She'll make sure that they get equally paid, or just kind of increase their salaries. So that's not a gatekeeper, right? We're looking at somebody. See, when you think about a gatekeeper, I want you to think about somebody like Kevin Hart. He does all the jobs. Tyler Perry does all the jobs. They could actually have about 8 different black people working for them, but all the jobs. Now, I know Kevin Hart had his friends on like one of their podcasts, but when you think about all the other stuff that he does, like LeBron had Maverick Carter, right? And what's the guy named Rich Paul? So see, LeBron actually put his guys on, and they're standing on their own. I don't know that Kevin Hart has actually put his guys on, that they're doing their own thing. See, that's what I mean by you're a gatekeeper if they have to keep working for you. Whereas LeBron, Maverick Carter doing his own thing, Rich Paul doing his own thing, hell, even his wife doing her own thing, right? So he definitely not a gatekeeper. Steph Curry not a gatekeeper because they always giving and bringing other people into the situation. So they not it. But Kevin Hart is definitely a gatekeeper, and he pretty much pushed Kai Cenat out the way. So yeah, and then Tyler Perry does all the jobs, which is just crazy, right? It's like, you could hire like 8 different people. It's like they get told, if we put you on, you can't enrich your community. So they don't. People actually say that's how NFL players are, but I thought they had gotten better with that, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It's just sad situation, right? It's just we could be in a much better position than we are, but what we're seeing firsthand is how people don't have the courage to stand up for what is right and to stand up against what is wrong if they might lose something. Yep, that's what it is. Yep, sure did remind. Yep, I heard about that. I think Kevin Hart is a double agent. Yep. When I say gatekeeper, that's what a gatekeeper is. When you have somebody that is gatekeeping you, they're not gatekeeping you for nothing. They gatekeeping you for whoever put them into position. That's why they have all of the jobs. Like Tyler Perry, I'm like, why do you have all of the jobs? That don't make no damn sense. And none of your people have moved on and are independent, standing on their own, like Rich Paul or Maverick Carter. That's how you know he's a gatekeeper. You got all of these projects, and you take all the top billing, all of the salaries that come with EP and director and producer and assistant producer and writer, and you get that. You could pay yourself $1, but the point is you could actually be hiring people, and all of those people could do well for you and go have their own shop. But they're gatekeepers. They're gatekeepers. How many of Jay-Z people standing on their own? Can't say his wife, but she already had her own. Rihanna, but she not in music no more. Rihanna had to move on. I thought they said Rihanna unfollowed Jay-Z too after this Epstein list came out. They say it's the money that keeps people from being stand up. Yep, facts. It said they fined Teddy Bridgewater for using his money. To help his community. Who fined him? Who fined him? Steve Harvey. Yes, Steve Harvey was a gatekeeper. He sure was. He was a gatekeeper. Yep, he was a gatekeeper. He did all the jobs. Yep, sure did. He was a gatekeeper. Yep, I don't hear about him that much no more. I don't know if it's... Did y'all know he owns Family Feud now? He bought that outright or something? So maybe that's why I don't hear, because I don't really watch that. But, I mean, it was good. I just don't watch it. Kevin Hart is an industry plant. Yep, definitely a gatekeeper. Yep, Faith, you're correct. You're correct. You're correct. You're correct. It said GOAT is an upcoming animated action comedy from Sony Pictures Animation set for release February 13th. Oh, that's with Steph Curry, right? Who is Van Van? The little girl? The little girl, the rapper? You talking about the little rapper Van Van? She's in that? Okay. Angel Reese and what's her name? Angel Reese and the other lady, the one that won all the MVPs. I can't remember her name. Asia Wilson. Those two are in an animated movie too. Are they in that one? Are they in the animated movie GOAT with Steph Curry? Maybe they went in that one. It's going to be good, whatever it is. So Steph Curry's branching off as he gets ready to wrap up his NBA career. He's already the assistant. He's the assistant GM at Davis College, and where he went to play basketball. He got that title over there. I don't know if he's still doing it, but I said, okay, he getting ready to wrap up. Now he's doing more, film, movie projects. That's actually how LeBron became a billionaire. So now he's going down that path, right? And I mean, everybody thought it was going to be the liquor thing, the tequila thing that bring everybody to the billionaire status. But that started to kind of backfire a little bit. So yeah, the way LeBron became a billionaire was because of his production company, Spring Hill, and he sold that. And he was already close to it, but that's what put him over the top. So It wasn't the liquor, the beverage, the spirits like people thought. Definitely Steve Harvey. He said, I was surprised that Tyler Perry was allowed to purchase a former Confederate land. Oh yeah, in Atlanta. Is that what you're talking about? The base, the military base? Is that what you're talking about? It's the money that keeps people from standing up. That's facts. That's facts. Ricky Smiley, Cedric Entertainer. I never thought about them. Okay. I know Cedric Entertainer does his own projects, so you could be right. You could be right. I never thought about Ricky Smiley, but he does have his own show. But don't he have like a lot of people he put on because of his show? No? Is that not right? I 100% agree. It said many people don't have the courage. They don't have the courage. It's like everybody's scared to lose something. I'm like, okay. Well, we all might be losing at the same time. So, okay, that's just what you call for. You could have did this differently, but okay. It says Steve Harvey and his daughter, Lori Harvey, on the yacht with Diddy. So definitely a gatekeeper. True. That's true. And did y'all know Steve Harvey had twins? Did y'all know he had twin daughters or something? Or twin sons? He don't even put his own kids out there like that. That ain't his kid. That's like a step kid. And I asked somebody, where's her father? They told me he alive. What? I said, she has a father? They told me, yeah. I'm like, and he don't even put his own kids out there like that. That's just weird. That's just weird. That's just weird. Davison. That's it, Davison. It never works out for these gatekeepers. In the end, it don't. It's that remember the vodka spirits got Diddy rope, showed it. That's what I meant. It's backfiring. And then George Clooney and somebody else had Casamigos. That blew up because something happened there. So the liquor thing ain't really working out like people thought. Everybody was flocking to it. Everybody was flocking to the wine vineyards, flocking to the tequila, but stuff started to happen. Ricky hated on Cat. That's true. He sure did. He sure did. That's facts. Yeah, you're talking about a military base. Yeah. Oh, you know, Cat Williams just bought a former military base in Atlanta to do the same thing like Tyler Perry Studios. Not Atlanta, Alabama. It's in Alabama. So Tyler Perry has Atlanta. Cat Williams has Alabama. I don't know what the town is called, but he was able to do the same thing. So we'll have to see. Oh, and don't forget, 50 Cent has his, he got the green light to do his studio project in Shreveport, Louisiana. I thought it was already open, but they say he just got the green light. So now you're starting to see Black people with their own studios. So it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. Oh, okay, Tamika. Okay. Naomi Campbell. Yep, she was an Epstein list too. I didn't read why, but she was. Rihanna's last album freed her mentally. It said the little girl with that crown and the red cloth around her. Oh, okay. Rihanna with LV before Jay-Z's liquor deal. You know, she cut ties with them. She cut ties with Louis Vuitton because something about Fenty, they were trying to do something and she ended up buying all of it. So she owns all of it because she was doing that in partnership with them. But something happened. I didn't read about it, but I heard about it. I didn't read the whole thing. Yes, Steve has twin daughters. It said he has twin daughters. I believe he's a gatekeeper. I do too. All right, so we're going to get out of here. This was a good conversation, everybody. Hit the like button for me and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow at 10:35. We might pop up if there's anything on the Epstein thing, that breaking news tomorrow, but it's 3.5 million documents. People are still going through it. Thousands of videos have not been released. The unredacted files are supposed to be made available to Congress tomorrow. And the Ghislaine Maxwell lady is supposed to show up before Congress tomorrow. We'll see if all of that happens. We'll see if any and all of that truly happens. All right. So we'll be back tomorrow. It said the Florida Athletic High School Association suspended and fined Teddy Bridgewater for helping his community. Right. And it was more than just helping his community. They beat the white team across town. That's what I heard. So they moved him out the way because he came along and helped a bunch of ragtag, poor Black kids beat a white rich school across town. Yep. So they moved him right out the way. Yep. Thanks. So he came back to the NFL after that, I think, and ended up in Tampa. So I'm wondering if he's still over there in Tampa Bay. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him this season. All right, y'all, we're gonna get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. And if y'all hear anything, just email me. I still have my emails to go through. I'm still on vacation. I'll be back on Wednesday. So if I'm slow to respond to email, it's okay. I'll get to it and I'll see y'all tomorrow. But this was good. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports, and happy birthday, Shilo, tomorrow. Happy birthday to Shilo Sanders. Or today now, because today's the night, right? Yeah. So he's 26 and Shedeur just had his birthday. So shout out to the Sanders bros. All right. I'm gonna see y'all later. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.